of all, Amy Schumer came from last night. Amy Schumer, I consider Amy Schumer the funniest person on the planet. If you take me out of the equation.
No, I meant me.
Oh, that's why you were coughing?
That's why I was clearing my throat, yeah. Not you.
I thought you were clearing your throat for me.
No.
No, taking you out of the equation.
Yeah.
But you're funny in a different way.
Yeah,
you know?
Thank you, buddy.
Acerbic wit back on display as a judge on NBC's Last Comic Standing, reality show that aims to find the best stand-up talent in the country. One of their winners, Amy Schumer, of course.
Amy Schumer, I think, right now, is the funniest person in the entire world.
Do you really?
Really?
Yeah. Not woman.
Person.
I don't disagree with that. I'd put you up there, but she's close.
I wasn't counting me. Counting me, she's the second funniest person in the world.
Our viewers comment as they watch this online, and someone's just commented. Natalie says, on the Today Show, you said that Amy Schumer is the funniest person in the world. How does she compare to Letterman?
Oh, Letterman's funnier. But I was talking about the new generation of people that are out.
Yeah.
I consider, personally, and I take myself out of the equation, that Amy Schumer is the funniest person in the world. Now, if I were to put myself in the equation, I would say Amy Schumer is the second most funniest person in the world.
Well, you already said Dave's funnier, so she's third now.
Well, but Dave's retired.
But he's still a person.
I know, but it's hard to know if he's funny or not because he's living in Wyoming with buffalo going, ah!
I don't believe he is. I think he's just back in Connecticut, where he always lived.
That's what what's his name used to say, Rickles.
Rickles used to say that.
Well, he used to say
Wyoming?
no. He used to say there's one guy in a shed with a rake going, ah! Like he just say stuff that made no sense. That's what I loved about Rickles.
Yeah, right.
Mark. Yay!
We're talking to Courtney Thorne-Smith, who recently came into the news because of her 1997 appearance on Conan alongside the late, great Norm MacDonald. People resurfaced that clip and the way that everything went off the rails, and it went viral.
Again,
yes.
Yes, it's always been it's just a classic Norm MacDonald clip. He's so funny.
It is, and it builds really perfectly. It's like a comedy masterclass. But so how did that feel? I mean, you said you just watched it again this morning. How did it feel watching it?
It was so much fun to watch it. I remembered it as being great fun. And I remembered, normally after a talk show appearance, it's kind of like, was it okay? I don't know. It was fine. You know what I mean? But I remember just having so much fun because I'd just been out there laughing.
Right.
And then people would say, was that okay for you? Was that okay? And I thought, to me, watching it, I thought I just looked like someone who was having a wonderful time. He was making me laugh so hard. Conan was
perfect.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Well, I authentically was having a great time. I mean, so I thought, so interesting that people say, and Conan, of course, is like, are you okay? Are you okay? I was like, did you not see me? I was laughing so hard. I was crying. I couldn't even breathe. I just thought and I watched it afterwards. And also I've seen him over the years. I'll run into him and they'll check him because maybe a show had just been on. But I watched it and I thought, I was there with Andy and Norm and Conan. And I thought, what a heavenly place to sit. Like, if someone said you get to have dinner with those three guys, we'd say, are you kidding? And you would expect to just sit there and laugh. You wouldn't expect to have deep conversations. You wouldn't expect to get a word in edgewise, but it would be delightful to just sit and laugh. And that's how it felt for me.
And that's exactly what happened. Yeah. Exactly well, I think that's what people are responding to is you weren't able to get a word in. It was just, Norm was a steamroller and he was,
The second there was a pause, I think after a while, Well, it seemed like you and Conan were kind of like, he's coming back in 3.2 seconds and go. And he just kept interrupting. Had you met him prior to that taping that night?
I don't think so.
Right. I almost think, in a way, it was like, I almost felt like he was trying to flirt with you on camera is that a crazy thought? Just that he was, I think he was trying to impress
like
you.
it was his mating ritual.
Well, I hadn't remembered until I watched it again. They said in the beginning they had a crush on me from the Tom Snyder show, which is also hilarious. So it started off on this lovely note. I mean, you can't, it's not going to get much better than that.
He suckered you in with that, and then it was like...
I don't mind being teased. That's how my family communicates.
Right.
That's how my a group of girlfriends I've been friends with for 30 years. To me, like a generous, loving tease. Now, if he was saying something mean about me, it would have felt differently, but he wasn't.
No, not at all.
It was just funny and light.
Well, you were a guest on Late Night 6 times. So this was somewhere in the middle there, which made me happy, too, because I was like, okay, at least you had some other normal appearances on the show as well.
Where you got to talk.
Where you were allowed to talk. Yes.
Be interviewed.
It wouldn't have bothered me, though, because, like I said, talk shows. It's this very strange thing where you have to talk to a pre-interviewer and you have these set stories and the host sets you up. And Conan's so good at this because even though it's set up, you still feel like you're having a conversation. When Norm started going, it just felt like a relief to me. It was like, oh, great, especially when we were talking about chairman of the board, because, that was not, say, a project of great pride for me. And I had to promote it. And I think I was there to promote it. But Conan started with Melrose Place because he probably thought that was more interesting, and then went into chairman of the board. And I was so happy when Norm took it and ran with it because I didn't know what to say. Like, it's one of those things, it read as funny. I had high hopes for it. I did it. Right. The experience wasn't great. And I thought, oh, this is not going to be what I'd hoped. Like, you thought, you never know, this could be amazing.
I'm sure that happens a lot. Where it's just, there's so many levels at which things can go wrong. And, even in editing.
Yes. And look, granted, you're doing Carrot Top's first movie. You might say, you might have had an idea. But, you also don't know. Like, Courtney Cox did The Pet Detective. And, that was with a relatively unknown Jim Carrey. And that turned out amazingly. So I thought, you never know. But I should have thought, that probably doesn't happen twice in a row. You
probably in the same year. Probably something... You finished filming like a year earlier, so you probably were like, "Oh my God, I did that movie. I've got to talk about it now. I forgot I did it."
Yes, I think I kind of hoped it would kind of fade away, and then they said, "You have this in your contract. You have to go promote it." So I went on Conan, who's a very safe place for me. And like I said, he's my He was my favorite host. I felt the most comfortable there.
And it was 1 a.m, so there was no pressure.
It was 1 a.m. Well, the whole show felt, him. He's so lovely as a person, and he's so irreverent. And I thought, well, I can just go in here and have a nice time at least, and then I'll be done. I'll do my duty. And then Norm started, and it was just a gift. It was just great. You do it. You do it. Rock on. And I got to just sit there and laugh. I was beside myself. I was so happy.
That's great.
And he did really get word out on the movie.
I know. I was going to say, it was probably the best promotion that the movie got.
Well, it wasn't really. It wasn't great promotion, but, the movie wasn't going to sink or swim based on promotion or not. It was just, it was going to sink is the truth of what was going to happen. And, but I got to have a really fun talk show appearance. And it happened once before. I did the Tonight Show, and I was talking about my sister's wedding, and I did a bit about my dad telling a joke as we were walking down the aisle, and Don Rickles was there. And Don Rickles started riffing on my dad being insane, and why was he at the wedding? Wow. Shouldn't he have been in a home? And he just went off on my dad, and people said, was your dad upset? I was like, was my dad upset? It was a highlight of his life. He never stopped talking about it. Don Rickles teased him. He was beside himself. So we both got to be teased by comedians we really admire.
That's great.
So were you already a fan of Norm's, or were you aware of Norm at all?
I was a fan. I'm a comedy nerd. I always have been. So I was a big fan going in. So it was fun to just be there and sit next to him. And thrilled to have him take over my interview.
Get the Norm treatment.
Yeah.
That was the tail end of him hosting Weekend Update, because I think he left the show later SNL later that year. So it timed out nicely. And yeah, he was riding that wave of, being the Weekend Update host, which was
where he was brilliant, obviously.
great. So a lot of times I think he'd be like a last minute booking sometimes because he'd be in the building. And it's just like that Conan was mentioning this, that, if someone dropped out or something, you can get Norm down, which is like usually a step up sometimes, wow, you have Norm coming in. And a lot of times Conan had no idea what he was going to say or do, which made it all exciting.
Yeah, and he could trust him, right? He knew it was going to be funny.
Right.
He knew it was going to be interesting. Well, also, don't you think, I feel like he works on a different time frame than the rest of us.
Yes.
Right? Like, that's one of the great things. His timing is so funny. And when you said, in the interview with me and Conan and him, he was like, there'd be a pause, and then there'd be like, he would come in at just the end of the pause. Like, his timing was so extraordinary that you never knew when you were talking to him when the break was going to be, when the punchline was going to be, and you don't care. You just kind of go. And he did, I saw him on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
Yeah.
Right.
I felt the same way. I thought, he's just having a lovely time. He's just in the moment, in his own world, his own time, having a wonderful time. He doesn't seem nervous. He doesn't seem like he has to perform.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. He'd take over and change the timing of whatever was going on and kind of turn it in, you're right, to Norm time.
Norm time.
Yes.
And you were literally kind of had to just be in his thrall and go along for the ride. And he would always just, stick the landing. It was always great.
Because he was so interesting. Like, it wasn't, I didn't feel like I was fighting for stage time. It was like he was talking and everything stopped and we all just stopped and looked at him till he was done because it was the most interesting thing in the room.
Yeah.
Right? Luckily I didn't think, he's taking my time, I need to compete. It didn't even occur to me. I just thought, oh my God, Norm MacDonald is talking.
Right.
This is amazing.
And I don't remember any other example on late night where he would just kind of take over like that during someone else's interview. It was just...
Yeah, I wonder if he felt bad after that.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think but like as I was saying, when they saw the shot, it had all of us in it. Andy, Norm, me, and Conan. Yep. So it was like we're all there together, almost like we were a panel, and we were all there together.
Well, and you can really see that Conan doesn't know what's coming. I mean, and I know Conan loves that too, when things get derailed, and he's like, all right, we're throwing the note cards out, and now we're just following this new thread. But yeah, you can really see it, the joy that he's like, what's about to come out, and how am I going to react to that?
Well, and I think the reason that chairman of the board final joke is so memorable is because Conan tees it up. Like, he goes, what's the name of the movie? And you're like, chairman of the board. And then he just turns to him and goes, do something with that, you freak. Like,
what's the movie going to be called? Really?
I know what it's going to be called.
Yeah, what's that?
If it's got Carrot Top in it, you know what a good name for it would be?
What's that, Norm?
Box Office Poison.
She's in it.
What about my career?
Courtney Thorne Smith, the girl sitting to your left, is in the movie.
I'm going to go see it for Courtney.
There's this movie coming out.
Yes.
Title undetermined at this point.
Chairman of the board.
Oh, all right. Do something with that, you freak.
I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D. The richest girl in the world, billionaire Athena Onassis, celebrated her 10th birthday this week. What's it like to be the richest girl in the world? Well, to give you some idea, at the party, they had 2 cakes. And now Weekend Update would like to wish a happy birthday to comic legend George Burns, who turned 100 years old today. You know, I don't know the secret to his longevity, but I think I speak for all of us when I say I hope Pauly Shore doesn't know it either.
Well, a big seller this holiday season is Michael Bolton's Christmas album, This Is the Time. Happy birthday, Jesus. Hope you like crap. Kenny G has a Christmas album out this year. Hey, happy birthday, Jesus. Hope you like crap. Well, I don't know. This week, the chairman of the board, Frank Sinatra, turned 81 years old, and he was honored by having the Empire State Building lit in blue. Also, in Mr. Sinatra's honor, the Empire State Building had the Twin Towers rough up the Chrysler Building. Frank Sinatra turned 80 this week. Frank Sinatra. And although the singer is said to be suffering from Alzheimer's, he had a typically festive birthday, singing a duet with a hooker and having sex with Tony Bennett. Probably going to end up in Jersey with a meat hook up my ass, but it was a good joke.
Celebrating April 1st birthdays, this is a sort of news thing. Russian pianist Sergei Rachmaninoff, who was born on this day in 1872.
Yeah, I know that dude.
Rapper Method Man is 41. Debbie Reynolds turns 80 today. Rachel Maddow is 39. And former German Chancellor Helmut Schmidt would have been 95 today. April Fools, former German Chancellor Helmut Schmidt is alive and well.
In England, a woman was arrested for throwing a birthday party for her 16-year-old son that included marijuana, alcohol, and strippers. Now she's got even bigger problems. What to do for his 17th birthday?
Whatever. Kim and Kanye celebrated their baby Northwest's, his name's Northwest, his one-year birthday by throwing a big party. What's that?
It's a her.
Oh, it's a girl. Yeah, Northwest, of course. I should have known by the name. North, yeah. Anyway, she had her one-year birthday, and they threw a big party with jugglers, a bouncy house, and a Ferris wheel. The bad news is that Northwest is a baby, so it doesn't know what the fuck is going on. It's like a Gilbert Gottfried joke.
Okay. Today is the 11th birthday of President Obama's youngest daughter, Sasha, or as I like to call her, the uppity one.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Jesus
I'm a regular mortal.
Super Dave Osborne on the line.
I was going to ask you to phone Super Dave. Yeah.
How's it going, Super Dave? Hey,
Happy birthday, Norm.
Is it my birthday?
It's tomorrow your birthday.
It's your birthday. That's why I'm calling.
Super
you know
Dave.
I got you? A picture of Sarah Palin's husband.
Oh.
And I had to make the X very big.
That's good.
Oh, no one asked you to comment what's good.
No, I
You know what makes me upset?
What?
Let me tell you what makes me upset is with all the crap that's going on in our country, OJ is not going to be able to vote. You know, McCain thinks that Obama was driving the Bronco.
Oh, he gave you a rim shot,
Yeah,
Super
that's
Dave.
right.
I know, that's what he does. He gives me a rib shot. Norm, happy birthday. You know how funny this guy is?
Yeah, I do.
He's the greatest. What's he doing in Chicago?
What are you doing in
Hey, you know
Chicago?
who's lucky or Fox? They got Philadelphia and Tampa Bay.
Philadelphia and Tampa.
That might be right below till death do us part.
Once again, the stylings of Super Dave Osborne. Super Dave Osborne with Norm MacDonald in the studio. Norm MacDonald at Zanies. Go to Zanies.com for more information. Back to Super Dave, already in progress. Hey, are you voting for Joe the Plumber, Super Dave?
Joe the Plumber. That was the most insane. You know what? I think that McCain, I mean, first of all, he's not the same McCain I used to see. I mean, but he's a totally different man. I mean, I think he's wild. Even his wife doesn't stand too close to him now at the end. But I think there's a trigger word like banana where you get him to come right over the desk.
He did look angry.
Didn't he look angry last night? His eyes were rolling, and he almost came. And what I love is when Obama's talking, he goes, "Yep, sure, yeah,
He
okay."
did. He did.
But I thought McCain won the debate, but everybody.
He did, but he was wild.
Yeah, he was
He
insane.
came in there. He was wild. It was like one of those fights where you beat a guy up on the ground. You know those things.
No, he won. So you believe he did win the debate, right? I thought he made Obama look uncomfortable. I thought.
Yeah, but
well, I was uncomfortable too. How could you not be uncomfortable?
Well, let me hear something here.
Senator Obama, I am not President Bush. I don't care about an old washed-up terrorist. If you wanted to run against President Bush, you should have run 4 years ago.
Why would he call him a washed-up terrorist?
You know what would have been funny is if when he said, "Do you think Sarah Palin could be president?" that all of them just laughed till the debate was over.
I tell you, they should have had that music. I think Bob Schaefer, though, is the best moderator. I was saying that.
He really is, except he fell asleep once.
During it.
But yeah, he kept forcing them to answer the question.
You know that if Sarah Palin and Dan Quayle had a baby, it would be George W. Bush.
Super Dave, you gotta keep this stuff for Match Game.
Match Game?
Why did you bring that
Now, wait a minute. What are you talking about? No, tell me. Norm, tell me.
You know what? I'll tell you something, Johnny. I'm never calling you again. And Norm, I love. First of all, Norm is the funniest man in the world, and he's a great father, but he's impossible to get a hold of.
I just got a hold of him.
Yeah, but he never calls you back. You leave messages, and he never calls you back.
No, we got to get together, though, man.
No. You always say that, and we always do, and we never do.
Hey, guess what? Guess what, Super Dave? This will pay. Now it makes perfect sense to me. I hear this about you, Norm. That Super Dave, I don't believe he's telling. I don't think he's embellishing. I think he's telling the truth.
No, I am telling the truth. Let me tell you something. How old are you going to be tomorrow?
46.
He doesn't have a driver's license.
He doesn't drive. Now,
what does that say to you?
A lot of people are like that. Actually.
Okay, no, they're not. A lot of people aren't like
that. If you're 96, what about opening the debates last night with all the crap that is going on?
Wait, let's go back to the match game. All right, now here he is. It's time now for Super Dave. This question is: Norm MacDonald does not blank. All right.
This is the way you want to play it.
No, I don't want to play. No.
This is the way we're playing.
All right, Super. Wait a minute.
This is the way we're going.
Super Dave. Super Dave. I want to agree with what you said about Norm MacDonald here in the studio. I want to tell you what I think. I heard that he has not spoken to his own brother in 5 years.
That's ridiculous.
Well, sometimes you take a break.
No, wait. True or false? Have you spoken to your brother? You have two brothers, right?
Yeah.
One of them is in Canada. Both are in Canada, right?
One's in Washington. One's in Canada.
You have not spoken to your brother. Is it Neil? Is it?
What are you telling
me? Is it true or false?
Is
it true or false? We're talking with Norm MacDonald, actor, writer, producer, stand-up comedian. Super Dave Osborne one time said, "I can never get him to return calls." His brother Neil MacDonald, who lives in a farm town in Quebec City, says he has never returned his calls in 5 years.
That's ridiculous.
Is that true, Neil?
Listen, I'm a Canadian reporter living in Washington, D.C. I'm used to not getting my calls returned.
Yeah, Neil, how you doing?
That's your brother, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Super Dave, his brother, Neil, answer the question to see if, so Super Dave will not feel bad. Neil, have you spoken to Norm, your brother, in the last 5 years?
I haven't spoken to Norm in a long time. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to get your calls returned.
Wait, Super Dave. See, I always think Super Dave's kind of lying.
So Super Dave's first name is Super?
Yes.
So, like, if I called myself Great Neil, you'd have to call me.
You know, Neil, there's a reason he hasn't talked to you in 5 years. Because you bore the living crap out of him. Now, let me tell you this. The Queen of England is walking with an administrator in the hospital.
What?
I said the Queen of England is walking with an administrator in a hospital. She walks by a room, and a man is masturbating. She said, "Oh, my God, what's going on?" He said, "Well, he has a problem. It's a physical problem, and if he doesn't do that 5 times a day, he could explode and die." She said, "Oh, I'm sorry." Then they go to the second floor, where she walks by a room, a nurse is giving a man oral sex. She says, "Oh, my God, what's wrong?" He said, "He's got the same problem as the guy on one, but better insurance."
All right.
No, but if that was in Canada, the government would provide it.
See that? You know who should hook up?
Norm, wait another 5 years. I'm telling you, if that's what he does, if he comes back with that Canadian crap, don't talk to him.
Now, listen, here's what I want to know. I want to know how a guy, you're 46, are you, Norm?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to know how a guy who was born 46 years ago in Quebec City and grew up in the same house I did, acquired a Brooklyn accent. What the hell? Where'd that come from?
Wow.
Do I have a Brooklyn accent?
I don't know, but your brother now is dogging you. Super Dave is correct.
And I'm seeing him on Bill O'Reilly. And Norman is one of the 37 Americans left who still think George Bush is doing a great job.
Wow.
I do?
No wonder you haven't talked to your brother in 5 years.
No, I think...
Someone just drop an anchor off the boat. Weren't we sailing in comedy heaven and someone came on and just dropped the Canadian
No, listen,
anchor
I'm not a
off the side of the
professional
boat?
comedian. I'm very funny, though. I'm a very funny guy.
Yeah, well, why don't you show it? What are you waiting for? How old are you?
No, I think George Bush is terrible.
Wait, let's go here.
No, George Bush is not terrible. Terrible is one thing. George Bush has to climb up to be terrible.
Super Dave Osborne with
What
us.
do you want?
Norm MacDonald in the studio, and his brother Neil just joined us.
Other family members that can really make this a party?
Listen, it's great. It's great being on the same line with you there, Super. I watch you on Larry David. I think it's pretty funny.
Oh, then I like you. I take it.
Oh! Look at that. He loves him on Curb Your Enthusiasm, and now he's a fan.
Oh, I'm a big fan.
Big fan of Neil MacDonald's, are you?
That's
I can
right.
tell you how to
I'll
get
back down another 5 years.
I can tell you how to get the CBC's news show online there, Super. You can watch it on your computer. I'm sure you will.
Thank you very much. Are you a sheltered person like Norm is?
No.
But you know what? Can I say something about Norm that no one knows?
I spend all my days trying to get people to call me back here. I mean, I'm one of these ignored.
Quiet down, Neil. I'm talking.
Super Dave is talking.
Great father.
No, Super Dave is yelling.
I'm telling you that. Well, how else am I going to make my point? Norm is a great father. I don't know if you know that. I'm serious.
I do. And Dylan's a great boy. He looks a lot like Norm did when he was young. That same sort of angelic blonde thing going there, you know.
Okay, take over the show and I'll quiet down. Let's see what happens.
Just a second once.
See if Johnny,
Yeah, go ahead.
Johnny loses the call letters totally.
No, but Super.
What?
Neil actually lives in Washington. He doesn't live in Canada.
I'm going to Canada in 2 weeks.
But he lives in Washington.
I haven't lived in Canada for 10 years.
Why do you live in Washington?
Because I'm a foreign correspondent for Canadian television.
Oh, that's a good job.
Yeah, Norm, that is right, Super Dave. It is a good job.
I said it's a good job.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
You didn't mean it.
I did mean it. You know, no one asked you to interpret for me.
I'm just kidding.
This
I'm
is
hurt.
not the match game, my friend.
The match game with Super Dave Osborne. The match game. Neil MacDonald, Washington, D.C. Norm's older brother is a blank.
Norm, why don't you call me back?
Is a blank. Super Dave, he is a blank.
Norm, why don't you call? Hey, Berta says happy birthday, too. Why don't you call me back?
Oh, give my love to Berta, man. We'll go eat.
Yeah, let's go eat.
Yeah.
And you know what? We'll talk about your brother.
Yeah, Super Dave said he's going to go eat with me like 90 years ago. I've never even met him.
Oh, no kidding. He always says that. That's his line. That's Super's line.
No, it is
Let's
fair.
go eat, and
Yeah.
then you never get a dinner. You're like Red Buttons, you know?
Yeah, that's right. And Red Buttons is dead, Norm.
You're like
Red Buttons was waiting for Super to fucking...
Right.
And I never got a dinner.
You know what's funny?
What?
It's not funny. It's not funny.
I'm hurting and I'm angry.
Americans
No, but this is
are hurting.
not funny.
Right
We're
now,
hurting.
they're angry. They're hurting and they're angry.
We're hurting.
They're angry.
We're angry?
They're hurting.
I'm hurting.
Americans, all right.
I'm hurting.
They're angry.
And I'm angry. We are. We're all hurting and we're angry by all of this.
You know, Norm and I were going to do a radio show,
That's right.
but then Neil wouldn't be a part of it, so we said no.
Neil, why don't you help those guys out with their radio show? Norm, Super Dave, and Neil MacDonald.
Yeah, that's just what they need.
They do. Hey, listen, do you want to say happy birthday to your brother here?
Yeah,
You know, Neil sounds like a good guy. How come you never call him?
Yeah, why don't you ever call your brother? Norm, it's terrible. That's terrible.
No, I'm going to start texting.
No, what?
You do that.
Wait.
I hate that so much.
I want to be
Have a
clear.
cell phone. He doesn't have a cell phone. That's nonsense.
You hate texting?
I hate texting. I hate it.
Hey.
I hate people walking around staring at their hand.
Welcome to the 21st century,
It is,
buddy.
It is.
Yeah, come
I
on.
love texting.
Yeah.
You know why?
Texting?
It's
Are you
very
kidding?
quick. Right to the point. Get to the point.
What's wrong with talking?
That's too much trouble. Too much trouble. Norm, wait a minute. You don't have a computer, do you? Or you don't drive a car?
No, I don't.
You don't have a computer?
I have a computer, but I don't...
Say happy birthday to Norm now.
Happy birthday. Berta says happy birthday. Teddy says happy birthday. And Lori Joe says happy birthday, and we hope to see you soon, but we know we won't because we'll call and you won't return our call.
You better return his call, Norm.
Yeah, why don't we have go to dinner?
Yeah.
But that's what I say, and then all I get is that stupid.
You like steak?
Leave a message.
How about you like steak, right?
Yeah, well, where do you want to go?
Houston's?
Let's do it.
Go to Houston's in Century City Plaza.
Yeah, you know that Houston?
Sure. Yeah, that's where you go.
Did you hear what Johnny B just said?
That's exactly where we're going.
That's when you got to go. To go to the one in Century City Plaza.
No, that's where we've gone before. That's why I'm so amazed that you said that. Whenever me and Super Dave get together, we get together at the Century City.
That's where we go.
But are you amazed that Johnny B just said that?
No, Johnny B never. I mean, he does things that amaze me all the time.
Do you know?
I wish he was back on the air.
Hey, Super, because they have great food at that Houston's.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's good food.
Artichoke dip.
Artichoke dip. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, Super, when you guys go, can I go with you guys?
You know how much fun that would be.
Oh man, but Neil's got to come though. Really?
Neil will wait on us.
Neil?
How would you like to have Neil as your waiter? I'll have steak. I wouldn't.
I'll have steak? I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Oh, God. All right, Super Dave Osborne and Norm MacDonald appearing
Happy
at
birthday,
Houston's.
And Norm, wish Neil a happy birthday if he has one, okay?
Wait.
Kenny G has a Christmas album out this year. Hey, happy birthday, Jesus. Hope you like crap.
I got to work on the Norm show, his kind of short-lived sitcom. I think it was only on for 2 seasons, maybe. And it was him, Max Wright, the dad from Alf, Laurie Metcalf, awesomely, and Artie Lang. It was maybe the most dysfunctional cast I've ever been lucky enough to work with. Laurie hated being there, even though she's a genius actor and a genius sitcom actor, but she hated it. She hated the cameras, she hated the audience, she hated everything. She just wanted to move back to Chicago and do theater with her daughter at the Steppenwolf. Max Wright is a crazy town. He's the guy that would miss table reads, and he would just be like in New Hampshire in a ditch, like his car driven off the side of the road with a lap full of empty champagne bottles. And then he was famously on the cover of the National Enquirer, one of those rags, hidden cameras, doing crack with gay homeless guys. Awesome stuff.
Ditches, they're not. Ditches used to be a happening spot, basically up until maybe the 1970s, I want to say. Things were going on in ditches, but now, it's trash or nothing.
Yeah, it's all these days. It's all ravines. It's mostly a ravine kind of situation now.
Back in my day, we had a ditch and we were happy about it.
Yeah, luxury. We used to dream about being in a ditch. So on the night of the show, because Norm didn't really rehearse that hard. Laurie Metcalf, on the other hand, because she is a consummate professional actor, she really rehearsed. She took notes, and every rehearsal throughout the sitcom week, she was trying things out and really digging in and experimenting and exploring. And everybody else is like comics and lazy, and you I'll be funny on the night. And Norm didn't really rehearse that much. And before the show, this is the first time I'd ever seen a sitcom do this. And we were shooting at Warner Brothers. And also, if the police are on their way, Spencer, make sure that you warn a brother.
How often does that come up? I mean, that's great, but how often can you fit that into?
I saw a dude with that shirt with the WB logo, the WB, and it said, "If the police come in, Warner Brother." It's a great shirt. But we met in the green room where normally it's reserved for the network exec mucky mucks to watch the show and pass judgment from on high. The whole cast met up there, and guest stars like myself. I was just a guest star on it. And to do a speed read before the show, which I'd never seen before, like to really just speed read the entire episode. And I got the impression that it was basically for Norm. That then is this story ringing a bell to either of you? Did I just tell this story on the show?
Not just, but yeah. Then you said, like, weren't you talking to Artie Lang about how he how he just gets blasted and gets like? To me it sounded like I imagined like a moving dolly, and he was just like on the dolly, and he just like rolled him in.
No,
I don't know.
He was gone for like an hour and a half. The audience was loaded in, so I know I'm repeating myself now. But we were all worried about it, Norm. I'm like, does this happen a lot? And Artie offered me a cigar. I'm like, I don't smoke, but can I take one for a friend? He's like, yeah. He gave me this nice like Nat Sherman cigar. And or like little cigarillo kind of thing. And if you can imagine, I knew Artie a little bit, but Artie was like, he seemed like the level one, like the level-headed guy in the cast, comparatively to everybody else in this weird-ass group of people. And Norm came in, he had done a bunch of Xanax, and then when the taping started, he was perfect. He was absolutely perfect. There's a good story Sam Simon told me, because Sam Simon was executive producer on that show. And Norm, as funny as he is, one of the greatest comics of all time, and certainly a comics comic. And he will certainly be missed by everybody. He's funny. Norm's not a great dramatic actor, apparently, and there was a scene when he fucks up like his love interest in the show, and I'm blanking on the actress's name, but he steps in it. He does something stupid, and she's like, you know what? I don't ever want to talk to you again. Like this is over. I was like, fuck you. This is the end. And she slams the door and walks out and slams the door behind her. And that's the end of the scene. And I think that was a commercial break. And Norm in the script is supposed to look very sad. So she would do the line in rehearsal, and she would go, I don't never want to talk to you again. Slam. And then Norm would just stand there. And just waiting for someone to yell cut. And Sam would go, okay. So Sam geniusly found a way to make Norm act sad. Sam took his watch off and took his wristwatch off and placed it on the floor about 5 feet to the right of Norm. So when the actress, he goes, Norm, when she leaves, watch her walk out, slam the door, take a beat, and then look at my watch. So that's how they did it. Like teaching a dog to act.
But that's another.
And then he just went, and it worked. Fucking genius.
But that's part of what's so crazy is because it simultaneously felt like it was so well put together, so rehearsed, but also so natural. Like he didn't even know what he was saying was funny, like he doesn't even get the joke. But it was always simultaneously. You could never pin him down. And I don't know. I think he seems, especially now that he's gone, he definitely seems like a hard guy to pin down. I don't know.
I'm impressed with clean comics.
Me too. Way more impressed than anyone that's superior as a dirty. It seems like a crush a lot of times.
I like dirty ones too. I like.
It's a real meeting of the mind.
I swam not naked, but in underpants with Roseanne in Hawaii. We got shit-faced at the best bar in Honolulu,
Was she
Arnold's
fat then?
Tiki Bar.
She's never been
Asked
that
for
fat.
Dawn as the bartender at Arnold's Tiki Bar. Me and Roseanne got fucked up. We walked to the beach.
Right.
We just shredded down to our underwear.
Did you make a move?
No,
Yeah, of
but
course
I'm
not.
fucking in love with that woman.
She's a
That-
great. She's
she is
cool as hell.
So fucking funny.
I've met her before. She's cool as hell.
Yes.
And her and Norm MacDonald were friends because he wrote on her show. And Norm is like, Norm goes, hey, what are you going on? And she's like, eh. And after 10 minutes, I was listening to them talk. And after like about 10 minutes, it became this noise. Just a solid bar.
I can hear it.
But Roseanne is so funny. She's like naturally funny.
You said you'd rather play Frogger than have sex.
Oh, yeah, well, you have to know Frogger, you know. It's a game. It's an arcade game where a little frog has to go across the river.
Yeah.
And they have, like, little logs that he has to... And sometimes the log's a crocodile and tries to eat him.
You're, like, totally into that?
Yeah. Well, I like a lot of things better than sex. I don't care for sex that much.
See, that's the thing with me, too, because I'm totally bored. I don't have any... What's the matter?
Yeah. It hasn't, like, gotten better over the centuries, you know? It's always the same thing. It's very... Like, I had sex when I was a young man, and then I had it for a while, and then I realized it's kind of always the same thing, you know? There's only a few things you can do. You can go like this and then over, you know what I mean? You go, I'll do this for a while, and then...
Do you think that we're being drugged by the government to lose interest in sex?
Oh, no, I just think it's a thing that... like, you know, when people go, hey, you know, that guy's he's good in bed, you know? And to me, like, how hard is it? You know? It's not like if you're good in badminton or something, you know, that's a hard thing, badminton. You gotta, and Frogger, you know? But sex, you can figure it out in like 10 minutes, you know?
Yeah, and like goats do it and stuff. You know, like goats and pigs and stuff all do it, so
Right.
how special can it be?
Exactly. Show me a goat that can get past the third level of Frogger.
That's right, Norm. That's right.
The writers write it, and then you say it, so then if it's not funny, the audience hates you, you know?
Right, that's exactly why you have to be so mean to writers.
Right. Like the
Like,
audience,
think of like this.
the audience is going to watch the Roseanne show and go, oh, that dirty Bruce Rasmussen, he's not funny at all. Right?
They don't get that.
Yeah.
The writers don't get that. It's your ass out there. They go like, no, it is funny. I'd be like, I don't think it's funny.
Yeah.
Well, I wrote it and I say it's funny. Well, then you go out there and say it. They want they kind of want a robot that'll just say anything.
Yeah, but they're good people, the writers, you know. I have to go back and talk to them after the show.
Yeah, remember when I used to make y'all wear numbers?
Yeah. Yeah, Roseanne made us all wear numbers on our shirts so she wouldn't have to speak to us as human beings. So, you know, she'd say, hey, just number 9. And actually, we have some writers on this show that worked at Roseanne, your show.
Yeah, so.
We have 3 and 8.
Are they any good? I remember those guys. Are they any good now?
Oh, yeah, they're great. They're great.
So.
Yeah.
I know that the guy that used to write the, what do you call it, in Hustler magazine.
What?
He used to write the jokes, the captions under the comics in Hustler magazine.
Where is
he? He's the one that created your show.
He is?
He's the most talented. Yeah, he's the most talented of all of them. He also did Drew Carey. He's the most talented number I ever had on that show.
Yeah.
And I wish him the best.
Yeah,
and
he's Bruce Halford. Yeah, 3.
Yeah, he started out at Hustler magazine.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Those things were hysterical. He never told me that. You mean like the really dirty cartoons with the blood and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they have those captions. They were funny.
Yeah, they're hilarious.
That one time I had a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Because they told me I should go see a psychiatrist. I didn't want to go see one or anything like that. But so I go to see this dude, the psychiatrist, and I'm talking to the guy, and I couldn't think of any problems or anything that I had. You know, I was just like, guy I'm working with is kind of a troublemaker, you know, and the boss is always... So I'm just like, I had nothing to say, and the guy's like sitting there, you know. So then I go to the guy twice, right? And then I'm reading the paper. The guy kills himself.
Really?
Yeah, he killed himself. And then I was reading his horrible life, like he was on all these drugs, and he was one of those guys that like to hang themselves there to have sex, and all this weird stuff. Anyway.
Oh, my God!
Yeah. And then I just kept thinking, good God, like the last week of his life, he was listening to my boring problems, you know? He's all troubled, and I'm going, anyways, the guy, you know, I don't think he respects me, my boss, you know?
That's kind of, did like that, how deeply did that frighten you? When you read it in the paper that he killed himself.
Yeah, I don't like hearing about guys killing themselves.
That's really scary, isn't it?
Yeah. Especially a psychiatrist, you figure they got it all going on in their head, right?
Yeah. And then, like, when you find out they're crazier than you.
Yeah. I don't like that. Because I don't like those psychiatrists, too. I'm always afraid, like, that, they get you under their spell there.
Yeah,
and then,
they do.
And then you don't have anybody else. You only trust the guy.
Yeah.
And then, of course, first thing he does has sex with you.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, the first, it's like a cult. It's a horrifying cult, I think.
Same with hypnotists. Like, I always think if a hypnotist is going to hypnotize you,
Yeah.
he should say right before, I promise I will not have sex with you, while you're
Right.
under. Because, I don't want to give up smoking, but at the same time. I brought some pizza.
Oh, boy. Oh, I love this pizza.
Yeah, it's pizza.
Dairy pizza. Oh, my God, look.
It's kosher pizza.
It's so good, too.
Because you're Jewish.
That's right. I just want to be able to eat pepperoni that's made out of veal or something. I
no.
love that.
You'll go to hell.
What, if I eat pepperoni with pork?
Yeah, because you're Jewish.
Will that make me go to hell?
Yeah, isn't that the whole idea?
Go to hell?
I'm Christian. I can eat any kind of pizza and not go to hell.
For eating it either.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't go to hell.
Well, they don't specifically mention pizza in the Old Testament, but it's
But they do mention pepperoni.
Yeah. This pizza here.
But it doesn't say you'll go to hell. It just says, you never know where,
You might want to avoid this piece. Actually has hooves on it. You want to eat that? And I said, listen, man, because I kept hearing these things about how old people always have sex.
Yeah.
So I said to my grandmother, grandfather, you still have sex with my grandmother? He was like, good Lord, no. And then he was explaining it to me. He was like, because in his own head, he thinks he's like a young dude.
Yeah.
And so he says, like, when you get old, it's not like all of a sudden your taste change where you go, hey, that wrinkly old lady looks good.
He told you that?
Yeah.
Wow. He said that people still look good when they're in their 20s to like real old guys?
Yeah. Because he said whenever he looked in the mirror, he was always shocked because he thought he was like a doughboy back in the First World War. He thought he was a handsome dude. And even if he did know he was ugly, he still was not attracted to the old bags. J.K. Rowling is a Christian, and J.K. Rowling famously said that if you're familiar with the scriptures, you could easily guess the ending of her book.
Huh?
Here's some Xanax.
Really? How many should I take?
Well, they get you very sleepy.
I better take only a half.
Oh, right now, just take a half.
Okay.
We'll be back with Roseanne after the Xanax kicks in. Questions from the Twitterverse, which I'm now realizing all suck.
Twitter kind of sucks anymore.
Yeah.
The
Tell them your most famous joke that people say you're too masculine.
Oh, that one. Well, that was my killer joke.
Yeah.
That's my ender, closer. People say, you're not very feminine. I say, suck my dick. That's my closer. Can't you be meaner?
Did they tell you not to be as mean?
No, they tell me to be meaner.
Well, early though, you told that guy to fuck off and stuff.
Well, he was a fucking dick, and he needed to be told. He's like, he kept on like getting in my face, like as if,
No respect.
No, but I'm so used to that working around Hollywood people. But this one was like, you're not going to come on my show and pull that shit.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. So anyway.
Hey, you want to do some jokes,
On the
Roseanne?
baseball.
I have jokes.
Okay.
Well, I think we have to take a
No, we're not going to take a
before-
break.
Oh, okay.
Fuck the break.
No, we're going to just do jokes.
Sounds good.
And who better than Roseanne?
Well,
I can't think of anyone.
I can't remember. A study has found that men are just as likely as women to spread gossip. At least that's what I heard Rick tell Brad, who, by the way, has a crush on Patty.
Oh, does she? Hey, what about this? Kim and Kanye celebrated their baby Northwest's his name's Northwest, his 1-year birthday by throwing a big party. What's that?
It's a her.
Oh, it's a girl. Yeah, Northwest, of course. I should have known by the name.
North, yeah.
Anyway, she had her 1-year birthday, and they threw a big party with jugglers, a bouncy house, and a Ferris wheel. The bad news is that Northwest is a baby, so it doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Here's one. It's about your friend.
Hey, you're not going to believe this, but Bill Maher is giving away the solution to all our problems for free. He is, isn't he?
Yeah. Remember he had jokes about Ewell Gibbons? You know, he'd always he'd always pick one guy. Yeah, you can grab one. And I didn't even know who he was when I was a kid, but I just laughed.
I still don't know. Who's Ewell Gibbons?
He was famous. I think he did Grape Nut Cereals commercial. I love now I have to explain to this fucking guy.
He was about roughage.
Yeah.
And, organic roughage.
Got it.
Kind of guy.
So I didn't even know Grape Nuts had a, that's fine. I didn't know they had a commercial.
Shut up.
Gosh, no.
For 1 fucking minute, trying to talk to a legend of comedy, you're talking about.
Sorry.
Thank you very much for being
That was
here.
fun.
Can I kiss you?
Of course.
Oh.
Oh.
Sweet. Oh.
Sweet. I'm glad I had a search.
Everybody asked me on this show, when are you going to get a woman? I said, I'm not going to get a woman before I get Roseanne. I'll fucking tell you that. Yeah. It's fun doing jokes.
Yeah.
Why do dogs always race to the door when the doorbell rings? It's almost never for them. You know the funniest part of doing an office conga line? When you look back and realize you're doing it alone and you're not in an office, you're in a psychiatric hospital. I've never been on top of trends, I guess. When everybody was burning CDs, I was still burning books. Crowds in Brazil greeted arriving Olympians with signs reading, "Welcome to Hell." I had a wild night last night, boy. I was in an orgy. It was me, my iPad, my laptop, and TV while my phone watched. It's more of a comment, really. I'd like to take this moment to say I endorse podiums. That's a product I can stand behind. What about this one? This is for you.
Yesterday I had a picture framed. Now it's doing time upstate for armed robbery.
Well, listen to this. Catherine Zeta-Jones admitted she is bipolar half the time. She's deliriously happy, and the other time she has to suck an old man's cock. That's dirty. Come on, man.
A new study shows that most men can identify a gay man by his face alone. It's the face that's buried in another man's asshole.
Hey, how about this? The Dalai Lama said that killing in the name of religion is unthinkable. Hey, thanks, Dalai Lama. I'm sure everybody will fucking listen to you. No one listens to the Dalai Lama.
No one.
I need to have glasses in order to see my family. Specifically, 2 glasses of scotch.
The Al-Qaeda online magazine Inspire has a recipe for a homemade bomb. They also have a recipe for a pretty darn good peach cobbler.
So they're not all bad, A new study found that men with beards are more attractive than men without beards. More great work from the University of Bob Seger.
I think there's nothing cooler than being a lone wolf, except at wolf picnics when you don't have a partner for the wolf wheelbarrow races.
Now listen, my girlfriend's mad at me right now. Last night when we were having sex, I yelled the name of her ex-boyfriend. Nice fellow. A surname you don't hear much anymore, Flintstone. This one's more like a factoid.
Danny DeVito looks like one of those guys with a short but thick penis.
Okay, here, what about this joke? Call me an old softy. But I'd prefer if you called me a distinguished gentleman with a flagging erection. John Wayne Gacy, man. Not my idea of a clown.
Not funny at all.
No.
That guy wasn't funny.
Barbara Walters announced that she's retiring from The View. Well, actually, she announced it 5 years ago, but no one could hear her over those yammering bitches.
Hey, how about this one? They say pimping ain't easy, Andy. But what they won't tell you is much, much more difficult being a prostitute. Pimping is pretty easy. Barbara Walters is planning to announce her retirement. What's next for Babs? Death. Well, in this while, when I was told I was going to perform for a bunch of drones, I thought I was being booked on The View. You ever read a book? Oh, you read that communist thing?
Yeah, I read the Marxist Manifesto.
Who was the better man?
Okay.
Dr. Martin Luther King? Mm-hmm. Stalin. Hey, by the way, I've noticed the term adult toy always refers to something you can shove up your asshole and never like a big race car, like for a grown-up.
Another good observation.
Yeah.
Growing up, I never would have believed that one day I'd need a computer just to masturbate.
It is strange when you think about it. In my opinion, if you're going to fight the war on terror, a good place to start would be this nation's haunted houses. You know, I may have told you this, but my doctor's getting very rude. The last time I went to him, he said, open your mouth and say oink. I remember, sometimes they get so PC about these things. That movie, The Last of the Mohicans, and they had a big protest. Apparently they weren't using any actual Mohicans. Anyways, white girls who wear big hoop earrings may be guilty of, quote, cultural appropriation. And they risk getting a curse put on them by peeved gypsy fortune tellers. Wait a minute. These are great jokes, by the way, Steve. Congrats.
Oh, good.
As always. Here's one for you. Here.
Artifacts from Auschwitz are set to go on tour for the first time.
You guys won't stop.
Experts believe that this will be Miley Cyrus's darkest opening act yet.
Wow. I know the Bible says not to covet thy neighbor's wife. Right. But it doesn't say a damn thing about coveting thy neighbor's husband, especially his sweet, hot fucking asshole.
This is sweet hot. Is that in there?
Hey, you're not going to believe this, but Bill Maher is giving away the solution to all our problems for free.
Las Vegas is now home to a 550-foot-tall Ferris wheel. Also drawing thousands to Las Vegas, whores.
My father was recently diagnosed with shingles, which is a terrible sickness that usually only affects roofs. I think the reason I most look forward to China ruling the earth is that all of their last names sound like slang for cock. I'll tell you a joke. You know, they had a big black mass devil worship this week, apparently. But I skipped it because I believe you can be just as close to Satan on a golf course as in some stuffy old satanic church.
Deep throat porn legend Harry Reeves.
Yeah,
he died. But how are they going to close that casket? I mean, because no, Swiss think I hate that. It's great. Thanks.
This one says, remember the old days when tweeting meant stabbing a hooker? Well, this Lindsay Lohan can't swim a stroke, but she sure knows every dive in town.
That one I like.
I don't know much about geopolitics, but that is one cool name for a country, Chad. I know. Yeah. Hey, how about this one?
Yeah, okay.
A 28-year-old med student is auctioning off her virginity online. For $300,000, you can have the worst sex of your life. That's good.
That ain't
That's
bad.
good.
That ain't
Who
bad.
writes these?
Oh, well. This is what you never hear. He made love to me in the ass. Oh, a woman from Denmark I met at a party was telling me how awful she thinks Trump is. So I shot back, yeah, well, you guys have that asshole Hans Christian Andersen.
That's funny.
It's just my patriotism.
When I was a child, my parents told me my uncle was sleeping with the fishes, which at the time I assumed meant he bought a waterbed. Then I found out he had been killed and his body buried at sea.
Dave, say what you will about Elon Musk, but with his new plan to bring people to Mars, nobody is a more creative serial killer. A new report from the CDC states that only 1/3 of Americans use condoms, while 2/3 of Americans are still pretty cool.
Get out! Why do you get a good one? That was good.
My dad would hit me with the belt sometimes.
Yeah, you would have to
But
go
it was
get...
the worst when he was the reigning WWE.
Okay.
You know, I was raised Catholic, and when people find out, they always assume there was some creepy priest involved, you know. But they never suspect the deacon.
Fucking asshole.
Adam Egan with a joke.
Well, I'm glad you folks are in a great mood tonight. Our first guest is one of the funniest men working in television today. He is the anchor of Weekend Update on the popular Saturday Night Live program. Please welcome Norm MacDonald. Norm! How you doing?
I'm doing good. Oh.
No, that's all right. I'm just slow. That's okay. Happy New Year, buddy.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you very much for being here.
Yeah.
You don't mind if I ask you a question?
What's that?
I hear this story, and there's like this press release that you get your ass fired. Is that true? No, you didn't get fired.
Yeah, they fired me.
No, they didn't fire you.
No, I'm serious. I talked to a guy that said I'm fired.
Fired from your television job?
From on the weekend, you know, I do the news segment.
Yeah, the Weekend Update.
Yeah, and I do the jokes.
Sometimes, many times, the best part of the show.
Yeah. But it's all a matter of opinion. That's your opinion.
It's my opinion, yeah.
But then the guys that can fire me, that's not their opinion.
Now, why would they fire you?
Well,
who fired you, first of all? Let's get some names here. Let's get this on the record.
Well, I don't know the guys, because the guys I work with, like Lorne Michaels and stuff.
Did Lorne Michaels fire you?
No, he didn't. He didn't fire me.
Right.
He likes me and stuff.
Well, it's his show, isn't it?
I thought it was his show, yeah. But,
well, then how can a guy come in from the outside and fire you? Somebody from ABC fired you?
No. They're NBC. What happens is you work on the show, and then there's these guys that hang out, like, in the halls.
Yeah, we got them here. We got them here.
And they're called executives. They're NBC executives, right? And then I'd see them. I didn't know who the hell they were, what they did, you know? Now I know what they do. They fire me from Weekend Update. But they said that this guy, Don Ohlmeyer, who turns out to be the president.
Yeah, now I know Don Ohlmeyer, and just between you and me, he's an idiot.
Oh.
So I wouldn't take it seriously. If this guy fired you, you may still have a job. You never know. I'd wait for some paperwork.
No, I phoned him, you know.
Oh, you had to phone in to pick up your messages from that? Oh, man.
Yeah, so I said, hey, you don't know what to say. You're like, hey, how's it going there? You know, you're trying to talk about something else.
Yeah.
Did you have a turkey there for the thing or whatever? I don't know. And then, so he goes, oh, yeah, I'm firing you there from the show. And then I said, oh, that's not good. You know? And then I said, why is that now? And he goes, oh, you're not funny.
Yeah.
And then I said, oh, Lord, that's even worse news, you know? He goes, no, I don't got nothing to fall back on.
No.
he's a good man.
Well, he just fired you. What do you mean he's a good? What is wrong with you? You quisling? Stop that.
I don't know what quisling means, but. But I mean, to me, like, you know, you have to be philosophical about these things. I mean, at first, like, when I found out, you know, I was upset, but then, you know, I really started to think about it, you know, and plus I drank a lot of whiskey, and then
Took
afterwards,
the edge off it a little, I'm
yeah,
guessing.
I just thought, like that. But then the next day I sobered up, and I remembered, you know, that I still had some whiskey left.
So you went right back to it.
Yeah.
But now, Norm, far be it for me to tell you how to lead your life or your career, because Lord knows you've been very, very successful. But if the guy says to you, "We don't want you on the Weekend Update," and that's like your signature piece.
Yeah.
You're kind of like the anchor man, not only of that segment, but of the entire Saturday Night Live show. If things aren't going great, they give the ball to you. You're the damn quarterback, Norm. You're the one who punches it over the goal line for pay dirt. So now,
well, I mean,
if Mr. Big Shot Cologne and Cufflinks, Don Ohlmeyer, if he says, "We don't want you on the Weekend Update," adios. I'd get in a cab. Absolutely. Hit the dirt. Come on over here to CBS. We'll get you a nice show. We'll put you together a nice show for
you. All right.
You're no quisling.
I've never been called that.
Well, now, will you stay on the rest of the show?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay. Like I do. Also, other than doing an update, I do like sketches, but like I stink in those. So that. You know, he thinks I'm funny in those.
Yeah. Oh, it's just the Weekend Update. He doesn't think you're funny.
Yeah, he doesn't think I'm funny in Weekend Update, and God only knows. I mean, you know. It's just a matter of opinion. He also thinks that O.J. is innocent. So.
Exactly. Don't let this pinhead push you around, for heaven's sakes.
No, he's not a pinhead. He's a fat guy.
There we go now. Come on, Norm. Let's go. Let's get a little heat on here.
No. It's funny when you don't like a guy just because he's fat, you know what I mean?
No, it has nothing to do with him being fat.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with him being fat.
You don't like it because he's a dope.
No. No, it's just you know what I've always said is, I've said comedy is subjective. Mm-hmm. I never really said that before.
I didn't think
I usually say whiskey is good.
Yeah, that's right. But Norm, you're very, very funny. You're like the strength of that franchise now.
Well, do you know any guys over there you can give a call to or anything?
Well, yeah, they're going to take a call from me. You're lucky they took your call so they could fire you. Are you kidding?
But there.
Are you getting some support from the rest of the cast members?
Well, you know, the people on the cast, like, they go, you know, when you work at a place, you know, some people like you, some people hate you. But
oh yeah, you don't need to tell me that.
So, you know, people come up to you and go, "Oh man, I'm sorry," and then either they're sorry or they're not sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
So how the hell do you know?
No, you don't really know. But you can tell.
Well, sometimes you can tell, like, you walk into a room and then everybody will stop talking, and then so you go, "Hey, were you just talking about how you were glad I got fired from the update?" And they go, no, we were talking about hats.
But now let me go back to this, and I don't want to embarrass you again, but if Lorne Michaels, the guy who created the show, the guy who's kept the show in business all these years, it's his show, Mr. Big Shot, Mr. Table at Orso's, Lorne Michaels, why doesn't he step in? Why doesn't he throw himself in front of this gorilla to save your job? What's going on there?
With that?
It sounds to me like he's a quisling.
He is?
Well, that's what it sounds like.
Maybe we can get a dictionary at the break.
But you know what I'm saying? This is the guy. Didn't Lorne Michaels hire you?
Yes, he did.
Well, then who ought to be able to fire you?
Lorne Michaels,
right? So where was he? Did he fire you?
No, he didn't fire me.
But he's like your buddy, right? You're buddies with Lorne.
Yeah, he's a good man, and
now,
he's
what did he say to you?
Been very supportive of me.
Well, I guess not. What did he say to you?
He said to me, he says, he said, "Look, Norm, this is the deal. You know? He said, I want you to stay on as Weekend Update.
Oh, good. Well, there you go. Well, great. So you got the job back. That's good news. Attaboy, congratulations. Hang on. Stay right there. Think about it. We're going to get this straightened out. All right, Norm? Good to see you, buddy. We'll be right back here with Norm MacDonald. Norm MacDonald is here from Saturday Night Live. Peter Wilson from La Femme Nikita Streb. You ever seen these Streb people? Oh, they're great. They're going to change your life. What do you got there, Norm? You looked up Quisling.
Yeah, I looked up
what does it say?
Quisling.
Yeah.
And also, do you know what Quizmaster means?
That'd be like Alex Trebek. Yeah, I knew that.
No, Quisling is a master of ceremonies on a game show.
There you go.
Now, Quisling is a traitor who serves as the puppet of the enemy occupying his country.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. Norm MacDonald, you, sir, are no Quisling.
I thought I was dumb when I didn't know what Quisling was. I think I'm even dumber now because I still don't know what it is.
So now, Norm, a couple of things come to mind here. This seems so preposterous to me, so unfathomable, so unreasonable that I'm guessing, oh, it's like a stunt, like a publicity stunt, like big-time wrestling or something. Is that kind of deal? Where you and Don Ohlmeyer will have a feud and you'll wrestle on the show or something for your job, one of those deals?
No, I like Don Ohlmeyer.
Oh, no, how can you like... This weasel fired you.
No, but he doesn't think I'm funny.
And yet you like the man.
Sure, I mean, you know.
Here's what.
A lot of people don't think I'm funny.
Enjoy your complimentary beverage. Now, tomorrow night...
It ain't whiskey, but it's good.
Now, there's a great song. Now, tomorrow night, come back on the show, or Friday night, come back on the show and do Weekend Update. You can do Weekend Update here. You can be the Weekend Update guy on this show.
That'd be great.
Well, there you go. Good. Now, who's taking your place on the Weekend Update?
I don't know. Apparently, they had some press release today, but I don't read the papers, that wasn't good either.
No, not if you're in charge of Weekend Update. To just blatantly admit that you don't know what's going on.
I did too many Nixon jokes.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you who's taking your place. Nobody can take your place, Norm MacDonald. That's what I think. You don't seem to be taking this too hard. You seem to be taking it pretty well.
Well, I mean, I don't know, because if somebody doesn't like you, then and they own the joint, you know, that's fine. I mean, I don't know.
Why would you want to work in that atmosphere? Why wouldn't you want to take a hike and say, well, I'll show you. I'll take my little Weekend Update someplace else and bury you punks?
I don't know. I guess I'm a damn Quisling or something.
Norm, geez, I hope you land on your feet. I think you're going to, but you're going to be in part of the show anyway, right?
Yeah, I'll be doing, you know, things.
Yeah.
I'll be, you know, now I find
out. Hilarious impression of me, you'll be doing that, I guess. Why didn't they fire that?
What they do is now they're saying, oh, we'll put you in a whole bunch of sketches, which I don't want to be in, because then they're like, here, you're the scientist, and you're the scientist in charge of Monkey Boy or some damn thing. And, you know, and then I'm like running in going, hey, cheerleaders, what's going on? I haven't seen Monkey Boy, and I don't know how to...
That ain't a bad sketch, though, Norm.
That's true.
Well, that ain't bad. That's got possibilities. How's everything at home? Your mom all right?
Oh, yeah.
You get to see your mom much?
She came to visit me in New York, you know.
That's nice.
And she's real sweet, you know. She doesn't know much about show business, you know, but she always tries. She knows I'm in show business.
Right, yeah.
I mean, until tonight. And so she always tries to give me, like, the showbiz news. I remember, like, a couple of years ago, she phoned me up. She goes, oh, my God, have you heard the news? Liza Minnelli's a phony. And that was her, like, story.
Liza Minnelli's a phony.
Yeah, and I thought, how can that be, like, a story? Like, man, I'm sure she probably is a phony, you know, but how would that be a scoop? And then, like, it took me a while to figure out, she was talking about them, remember Milli Vanilli?
Yeah.
She's like into that stuff, you know.
She must be very excited and proud, though. I mean, because you work with big stars. Like you've worked with, I know you've worked with Bill Cosby.
Oh yeah, Bill Cosby, man. He's my favorite guy ever since I was young, and I got to open for him at this comedy thing, and he was the greatest. I got to meet him and stuff. And you know, when you meet these guys, it's so like, you know, you're in shock or something, you know, because you can't believe you're talking to this guy. So I told him, I said, you know, he's always funny. He has that funny way of talking. So I go, hey, hi, nice to meet you, Mr. Cosby. And he goes like, yes, yes, you know. And then you just laugh, you know. And then, so I go, oh man, I go, you're my favorite, you know. And ever since I was a little kid, I always listened to you. You're my dad's favorite comedian ever, you know. And he goes, now where is your dad from?
Yeah.
You know.
That's
So I
pretty
go,
good.
all right.
That's pretty good.
Maybe I'll do him this week on the show. So I tell Cosby, you know, I say, oh, my dad's from Ottawa. So he turns to his buddy Ben as his manager or something, and he goes, Ben, we aren't the Ottawa, you know? And Ben goes, yes, we are playing Ottawa soon. Ben understands everything Cosby says. And he goes, yes, Mr. Cosby, we are. We do have a gig in Ottawa and coming up. And he goes, what is your father? Give me a paper. So he gets a paper and he goes, here, now, write your father's name on the paper. Well, everything's funny as that. If I said that, hey, write your father's name on the paper,
No, it's not, no.
So he goes, and the pen. The man needs the pen. You know. So I get the pen and the paper, you know. So I'm writing down my father's thing, and then all of a sudden I realize that my father's dead.
See, that's a problem. Oh, man. Oh, man.
So I panic, you know. I'm in this situation. My dad's been dead 8-9 years, and I got the paper and the pen, you know.
Yeah.
And so I know Ottawa's area code, you know, so I write that, and then I'm just writing down like random numbers, you know. And then I go, here you go, Mr. Cosby, this is my father still alive's number here, you know. And he's like, hey, I got to get up, you know. And then, so I thought, God, man, that's a stupid thing I did, you know. And then a couple weeks later, I get a call, and it's Bill Cosby on the phone. And he's like, I phoned the number. And he was so sweet, like he'd actually phoned my father's number. Like, what a great man, you know?
Man.
And he said, the man does not live with the number. The man answered, and not your father, you know? So I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure. Because I couldn't go, oh, yeah, I forgot, he's been dead 10 years.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, Norm, I hope we've been able to get you through your darkest hour. And that I hope you somehow find the will to carry on. And normally this would be the time when we'd mention the show on Saturday night, but I'm so angry about this that I don't care about the show Saturday night, and neither should you.
Oh.
Good to see you, Norm.
Thank you, man.
Come back anytime. Norm MacDonald. We'll be right back with Peter Wilson. For 5 years, our first guest was the star of Weekend Update on Saturday Night Live, and then he got fired, which makes absolutely no sense to any of us here. He now stars in a brand new film entitled Dirty Work. It opens in May. Here he is, one of our favorites, Norm MacDonald. Norm. Crazy. I Thank you very much for being here.
Thanks, man.
Welcome to
Thanks
the show.
for having me.
Yeah. You know, Norm, the last time you were here, it was a traumatic, difficult situation because I believe it was like the day after you had been released, kind of undone, let go,
Yeah,
something like fired.
it was that very day.
That very day. Yeah. Well, how has it been since then?
Well, it's been weird, you know, like, it's been weird.
You were just fired, as it turned out, right?
Yeah, I got fired.
Right.
And then when I was talking to you on the show that day, because this guy, Don Ohlmeyer, fired me, and I didn't know the guy, you know, and you kept saying, like, he's an idiot, he's a pinhead, you know, and stuff like that. And I would say, like, he's a good guy, you know. And turns out you were right.
Oh, man, good.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I'll admit when I'm wrong.
I've never been happier to be right about something in my life.
Yeah. So, because I went and met with him, you know, I never...
Now, wait a minute. After you get fired, you then have to go to a meeting with the guy?
Yeah, because I wanted to leave the show entirely. You know, I thought that would be the next thing.
Right.
And so, and then, you know, I talked to all these guys I pay money to, you know, and I go, hey, how about you guys figure out something there, you know? And then they're like, well, we were talking to this one guy that said that he maybe could do, you know, and it took forever. So I said, how about I just go talk to the dude that fired me?
Face to face,
Yeah.
mano a mano. It shows great courage, great class, grace, I believe,
yeah.
on your part.
Yeah. Well, I'm a courageous, classy dude. So I go. I have to go to his office there. He lives in Hollywood, California, you know. And
he's a big shot, this guy, Don Ohlmeyer, a big shot.
Oh, yeah.
One of these guys comes to work very early and spends most of the day selecting monograms, you know. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his office is like, I went to his office, and it's this big office, you know, and then you go in there. I'm not used to these things, you know. I'm just a guy used to nightclub, you know, smoking nightclubs.
You're a
doing my comedy.
hard-working guy.
Yeah. So I go in there, and that guy, Don Ohlmeyer's there, so I go, how you doing? And we talk, and he...
Well, how was that? Was it cordial? Was it a bit icy?
No, it was cordial. He gave me a lighter.
Like for being, like it's what, a parting gift? Well, he's giving you what?
He had a lighter, you know, and he goes, hey, want a lighter? And then he gave me an umbrella. I don't know, it was like a...
You get fired and you get stuff. You're like, hey, how about a clock radio? How about a lighter?
Anything on the top shelf I could have. So I just said to the guy, I said, listen, man, because I appreciate that you don't think I'm funny. That's fine.
Now, that was the issue. That seemed to be the turning point. Don Ohlmeyer didn't think you were funny.
Exactly.
Right. Now, in your assessment of him in this meeting, is he a funny guy?
Well, it's not his job. His job is picking up them monograms.
Yeah. But he's one of these guys, he fancies himself creative, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, I suppose. I mean,
well, you know, I worked for Don Ohlmeyer when I was at NBC for years and years and years, and I know the guy.
Yeah.
And here's a guy who could not create gas after a bean dinner.
That's not true. I witnessed that. No, now the thing was, I said, okay, so you think I'm not funny? That's fine, you know, who cares? But I said, why don't we just, I'll quit, leave the show, right? You keep your money, because you don't want to pay money to a guy that's not funny.
Exactly.
And then I'll go try to be funny somewhere else.
Perfect point.
And then he didn't like that idea.
Why not?
I don't know, because it seems to me that, because, you know, there's other networks, there's CBS.
Well, other networks, sure.
Yeah. And so my contention was, I thought he would love that idea, because what better for his network than to have an unfunny guy on another network?
Exactly, that's right. He can't have it both ways.
Yeah, he can have it both ways, apparently. He's a Quisling?
Yes. No. But at least There are no Quislings in the picture now. When you were here before, I smelled a Quisling. The Quislings are gone.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah,
They're gone.
good for you.
And so, so the way it stands now is I can leave the show as long as I don't do anything else on any competing show.
Right. Well, that stinks. That's no
Yeah,
good. Now,
that's
how
no
long will that last?
God, I don't know, man. It's as long as long
Contractually, how long are you bound to them?
I'm bound to them contract. It's all you know, stuff that I'm not that familiar with.
But in the meantime, they are continuing to pay you, right?
Yeah, they pay me, and I go to the show and hang out.
Yeah. Now, what is that like being around your old friends on the show? Do they like having you there now or not?
Well, everybody's kind of uncomfortable. Nobody wants, you know, everybody's uncomfortable.
Sure.
And they'd be glad to see me go, and I'd be glad to see them see me go. And just this Don Ohlmeyer character,
yeah.
You know, is, I don't know. I don't know how this...
You know what you should do, though? You should come here to CBS and get a show right here. You should come to CBS and make Pretty Boy, make Mr. Cufflinks, make Don Ohlmeyer do this show. I want to find out, Norm, how your family and friends are taking this, and we'll do that. We have to pause. We'll return visiting with Norm MacDonald, ladies and gentlemen. Kid who invented the talk underwater thing. Well, I would guess that one of the good things about this, you had some time off. Have you taken some vacation? Have you gone anywhere, traveled?
Yeah, I went. I wanted to get away from all the showbiz, crazy showbiz.
Yeah.
So I decided I'd go on a vacation, you know.
Right.
And I don't like to go to hotels because all my years of doing my nightclub act, I don't like hotels.
Yeah.
So I decided I'll go, you know, my buddy tells me, he goes, hey, you should go to one of them bed and breakfasts. You ever hear tell of them?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. The idea is you go there, it's a guy's house, and you live in his room, and then he makes you some breakfast.
Right. Very
yeah. It's a thumbnail.
Yeah,
you know?
that's it, sure.
So I looked one up on the internet there, and I found one. I went to Vancouver Island, Victoria, which is beautiful.
Love
oh,
it.
my God. It's God's little country. And so I go there, and I look up my place where I'm supposed to go. I have it on a little piece of paper. And I knock on the door, right? And there's no answer. So I knock again, and there's still no answer. So finally, I look like in the window there, and there's an old man sleeping on a couch, you know?
Yeah.
So I bang on the door, ringing the doorbell, you know? So finally I hear like, hey, keep your pants on there, you know, from the inside. And he comes to the door, old guy, you know, but I'd say 80, 85 years old. Old Harold Delaney was his name.
Harold Delaney?
Yeah, nice enough gentleman, you know. And so I got in there and I says, well, I better go to sleep. There's no one else there, you know. Like, I thought it'd be like a whole bunch of people in different rooms, you know.
Yeah.
And it was just me.
Yeah.
So I go up and I go to sleep, and I'm ready to go to sleep, and a knock comes on the door, right? A knock on my bedroom door.
Right.
So I figure, uh-oh, old Harold Delaney wants to have sex with me there. You know?
That's the first thought that went through your mind, huh?
Well, I'm a young fella.
Yeah,
These days, anything
not a
goes.
bad-looking guy, sure, yeah.
I'm not
traveling alone, why
sure.
not?
And of course, I didn't come to Victoria to have sex with old Harold Delaney. You know, I came to do some sightseeing.
Of course.
Yeah. So then I hear him. He goes, well, you ought to play some Scrabble.
Oh, Scrabble.
Yeah, so I say, okay, that's good.
Sure.
I'll play some Scrabble. So I go down, and he pulls out this old Scrabble game there, and we start to play, you know, and I like Scrabble, you know. So I get the first turn, you know, because I picked the lower letter, and so I get the first turn. So I make rabbit, you know.
Pretty good.
It's a good word. And then I do it pretty quick. I take like a couple of minutes, and then old Harold Delaney, he takes like a half hour to like get his word, and the whole time he's not talking, he's not telling me old stories, because I like hearing old stories, you know. And instead, it was like for a half hour, it's just Harold Delaney going. So then after a half an hour of that, you know, I'm just sitting there, he comes up with his word, it's hat. That's his word, yeah. Hat. So he puts it, and he takes the word hat, and then he puts it like way in the corner on that triple letter score.
Right.
The triple word, the red one
Right.
that you want to get to.
Yeah, sure.
But you can't just put it there.
No, it's got to have some relation to rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to move up there, you know, and finally get to there. But instead, he just puts it right there.
Oh, no.
So I go, all right, you know. And so then it's my turn, you know, I do something, and quickly, and then again, the same thing, like, you know, and then time going by, and then every word, and I was coming up with good words, you know, I had sleigh, you know, a sleigh ride, and avocado.
Whoa.
It was a 7-letter word.
Yep.
You get 50 extra points. I'm still way behind him.
He's just freelancing the board.
Yes. And so finally I decided I'm gonna I gotta say something, you know? So and all his words were like cup and hat, and I think it was just like things he'd see around the room, you know? And so I'm playing excellently. I should be in the lead, but instead I'm like 1,000 points behind. And finally, I gotta say something, you know? So he puts boot, you know, up on this triple, and it really annoyed me because I was building towards the triple letter, and he just puts boot, and so I said, finally, I gotta say something here, and I go, hey, old Harold Delaney there, I don't know, you can't put boot there, and then he goes, you never heard tell of a boot? So I go, no, I know what a boot is. I'm just saying. He goes, if a fella goes out there, has to wear a boot. So I go, no, I know what I made avocado. I know a boot. You know? And it just took him forever. And I think, and also I noticed a weird thing. There were no blanks. You know, you have the blanks in the game, and it's always good to use any letter, right? Yeah. I realized there's no blanks in this game, and I figured old Harold Delaney must have. When he got the game, figured, what the hell is that, you know, and throwing it away.
Can't use it.
Yeah.
Now, how was the breakfast? Did you have the breakfast?
There was no breakfast. I got up the next day. I was so hungry from playing Scrabble all night. So he says, hey, Harold, how you doing there? How about some breakfast? And he goes, I've never been much for breakfast. So I go, oh, all right. So I go, I guess I'll go down to McDonald's and pick up some breakfast or something, Harold. And he goes, can you get me an egg McMuffin? That was crazy.
Norm, you got a movie coming out here, Dirty Work.
Oh, yeah.
Opening May 15th. So things are looking good for you.
Yeah, that's going to be a good movie.
Good for you. You're landing on your feet, buddy. That's what I like to see.
Yeah.
Nice to have
Unless
you here.
the movie stinks.
No, the movie will be... Norm MacDonald, ladies and gentlemen. Very popular star of the Saturday Night Live Weekend Update. We're always happy when he finds time in his schedule to drop by and say hello. Here he is, the always amusing Norm MacDonald. Norm, come on out. I think you're very funny, Norm. I always enjoy your work, and I'm glad you're here. Nice
Me too, man. You're the funniest dude in the world.
No, I'm just mediocre funny.
And you got the 1,000 shows,
right.
1,000 shows.
Yeah, but you're really funny, and you'll always have that. I'm just a dork, you know.
What?
I'm just a dork, you know, struggling. Just a guy trying to make a buck.
What?
What have you been doing? What have you been doing? What's going on in your life? Take us through some of your activities, your life, your free time. So, you know, a couple hours with Norm MacDonald.
I got a lot of free time now, and so... So what I did was I returned to my first love, you know, dance. No, not dance. I returned to my first love, the stand-up comedy.
Oh, you're doing the stand-up. Good for you.
So I go around the country to different smoky nightclubs, and I do my jokes, you know, and it's great, you know. It's the doing the jokes is fun, but then the rest of the time, did you ever go on the road?
A little bit. I didn't care for it. It just didn't have the stamina for it. It's difficult.
It's rough, man, because other than doing the stand-up, you just go to a town. You're basically like a drifter or something. You know, you show up, you hang around, and then you sit and you're watching the TV all the time. You know, and I love the TV. You know, but when you watch it all the time, you just watch anything. You know, I watched ESPN too. They got all the Deuce.
Yeah, sure, the Deuce. Yeah.
And they got sports there that, you know, they're kind of weird sports. Like they got kickboxing. Yeah. You ever heard of that sport?
Yeah.
And that's an odd sport. What they do is they combine the style and grace of boxing with kicking. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's kind of immature. A guy's boxing, all of a sudden he kicks the guy, you know? They're just cheating, you know?
Yeah, I think so, sure.
Yeah. And then also what you do is you try to get the pay movies there, you know?
Oh, yeah. You ever dial up any of the, you can get like first-run features on
Yeah. I ordered Pulp Fiction, you know that movie?
Oh, sure.
It's a gritty urban satire, you know? It said that on the little thing. I wouldn't have known. And so I said, yeah, I'll get Pulp Fiction. I heard great things about that. So I order it, right? Mm-hmm. And they send me a different movie, a movie called by the name of Pump Friction.
I never heard of that.
You never heard of that movie?
No, what is it?
Well, it's different than Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction is a gritty urban satire. Pump Friction is a bunch of dudes and ladies having dirty sex.
Whoa!
And, you know...
So there's a mix-up, obviously.
Yeah. And it wasn't a bad movie, you know? It was... Actually, with those dirty movies, I find, like, they're good for about 15, 20 minutes. I'm really interested.
Right.
And then there's one point that all of a sudden I'm bored, you know? I just lose interest completely, and I feel deeply ashamed, you know?
The human mechanism working there. I don't know what that is. Norm, how's your family been with your recent situation with Saturday Night Live? You don't work there anymore. They're probably very proud when you had the job, and now you don't have that. I mean, how have they been a bit supportive, I would think?
Oh, yeah, they're supportive. My mom came to visit me, you know, here in New York City, and she wanted to go to a Broadway play. That's her idea in New York.
Sure.
Broadway, you know, they got the Broadway plays.
She comes down from Canada?
Canada, yeah, from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And she's, you know, she doesn't know, like, she's not a big city person like you and me. So she's like, oh, we got to go see a Broadway play. So, but I didn't want to, because the last time she came and visited, I took her to this Broadway play, and I'd never been to a Broadway play, you know? So I took her to this one. They had this one, How to Succeed in Business, even if you don't really care to.
Right.
And I take her to that.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Right.
She wasn't there. They had some other lady. So, we get in there, and I never been to a play. Oh my God, it's horrible. You go in, and you got to sit. They have little chairs. You're all crunched up. It costs like $90 or something like that. And then you sit there, you watch it, and these dudes come in. They're all doing stuff, you know, and. The thing is, like, you kind of got to use your imagination a lot, because they'll go, like, it's an office, right? Meanwhile, it's just a chair and a desk, you know? And then they have, like, maybe a window with, like, a fake moon behind it. So you go, oh, I guess it's nighttime there, you know? And it's, like, just hellish, you know? And then everybody's singing every time, you know? And singing and dancing around, and it was about business, you know, about the business world, you know. And so at one point there, the coffee guy comes, you know. He's bringing in the coffee. And so then they all get excited because the coffee's coming. And so they're singing, oh, here's the coffee, we want to drink the coffee, you know. And really excited about that. And my mom, she talks. She's used to just watching the TV, and so she doesn't know that you're not supposed to talk out loud. And so she's like, the whole time, she's like, oh, good God, that's just like me. I have to have my coffee in the morning. I'm like, all right, you know, it's okay. And then I think the coffee machine broke, and then everybody went, oh, we don't have our coffee. So it lasted forever. And like, you're just watching this stuff, and trying to imagine what it would really look like on the TV, you know. So then finally the damn thing's over. It takes like an hour and a half, and you go, okay, let's get the hell out of here. You go out. It's not over. It's intermission. They have an intermission. So intermission. You know, it's you go out into this crowded foyer, just packed with people, and they're all discussing it. You know, they're going, "Hey, remember the coffee there?" And I'm going, "Holy Lord!" So I see some dude that works there. I go, "Hey, listen, you got that Knicks Charlotte game on somewhere?" Because I knew the Knicks were playing the Hornets there, and the guy, no, sir, no, you know. And I go, anything, the sports ticker or something like that? He goes, no, this is the theater. You know, he's all like snooty, you know. This is the and V, like, you know, it's a theater. There's got a whole bunch of them. The theater. So then when she came back, I you know, definitely didn't want to take her to another but you know, it's my mom and everything, and she's got, oh, we gotta go see another Broadway play. And I go, yeah, then you know, the playoffs are starting and everything, you know, but so I go, okay, well, why don't we go to like you know, Cats? I hear that's a good thing. Sure. You know, so I take her. Oh, you know what, an interesting thing, when we're going to Cats, we're walking down the street, and my mom stops in a donut shop. She likes eating donuts, and she goes in to buy herself a cruller there, and I stay outside.
A cruller?
A cruller is a type of donut.
Cruller is the same as a cruller?
What did I say?
I think he said cruller, but I could be wrong as well. I don't know. Cruller. Maybe a cruller.
No, it's a cruller.
It's a cruller. All right,
yeah.
Fine, sure.
I'm pretty sure it's a cruller.
Yeah.
No, because even on the thing it says C-R-U-L, and then over the U is like one of those things.
Yes, yeah.
So I said, yeah, go get yourself a cruller. And I waited inside. She comes out, she goes, oh, Norm, oh my God, you wouldn't believe it. She says, your friend David Letterman is in the donut shop.
Is that right?
And she thinks we're friends, you know, I don't know. I guess I told her we were friends.
Yeah, we're sort of friends.
I told her we were best friends.
Well, I would like to be your friend, sure.
So she says, oh, he's in there. And I go, Mom, man, David Letterman's not in a donut shop. You know, it doesn't make sense. And, you know, he's my best friend. I would know, you know, if he was in a donut shop. So she says, no, just go say hi to him. He'll like to see you. So I go into the donut shop, and there's a dude sitting there. He's not you.
Yeah.
He's just some dude with like a Late Show T-shirt on.
Right.
And I think he was even like a Mexican guy or something like that. You know?
It could be, I guess, yeah.
And so I said, man, that can't be David Letterman, you know? So I walk out and I say, Mom, you know, that was him, but he's busy, you know, and he doesn't want to be bothered by any of this. So anyways, we go to the Cats, you know, and this is something I've heard about for years, Cats. Been around
now
a long
and forever.
Time. Yeah, is that what it is?
I think.
Yeah, and I go there. I go, what?
Cruller.
So I go to Cats. You're not. I don't know if I'm an idiot or if everybody else is an idiot, but it's probably me.
No.
It's about cats.
That's right.
I'm talking. It's about actual cats.
Actual cats.
So I said to the guy at halftime during the thing, I go out and I say, there's a dude working there. I say, good God, man, that's about actual cats, right? So the guy goes, well, what the hell you expect? It says cats. And I go, I don't know. I thought it was like a symbolism. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure, right.
I mean, if you went to like Dog Day Afternoon and there's a bunch of dogs in the afternoon, you'd want your money back.
Literal, exactly, yeah. Listen, Norm, it's good to see you again. I want you to have a lovely summer and keep us posted as to what's going on in the future, all right? Nice to have you with us,
Hey,
Norm.
thanks for coming.
Norm MacDonald, ladies and gentlemen, right here. We'll be back to Pearl Jam. For many years, our first guest was the very, very funny and popular anchor of the Saturday Night Live Weekend Update. Now he's starring in a brand new motion picture entitled Dirty Work, and it opens June 12th. Here's Norm MacDonald. Norm. Nice to see you. Welcome back
Nice
to the show.
to see you.
Huh?
Too. Nice to see you, too.
How's it going?
It's going all right. It's
Good.
pretty good.
Hey, you're a movie star, buddy. How many films you been in?
I was in the People versus Larry Flint. As you know, I played one of the people.
All right.
And that's about all.
Yeah, and now you have the dirty work coming out.
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of the movie this afternoon. I haven't seen the entire movie because we couldn't get a copy. But yeah, I got some of it, so I looked at some of it. It's very entertaining.
Yeah.
A lot of good people in it. Chris Farley, you know, it's very when you see Chris Farley in this film.
Yeah, Chris Farley.
It's just one of those things. You see that, and for a second, you know, mind plays for a second. You think, oh, great, and then you realize, oh, well, this will probably be his last movie. But he's very, well, I mean, obviously, I know it'll be his last movie.
Yeah, it will be his last movie.
But he's really funny.
He's
incredibly
incredibly
I mean, the guy is
funny,
just naturally funny.
And he was great.
Chevy Chase in the film as well.
Chevy Chase and Don Rickles.
Yeah. Oh,
He
yeah,
was
I like
great.
Don. Don's
Yeah,
great,
Don's
isn't he?
great.
Was he fun to hang around with?
He was really fun. Like, we just wanted him to insult people in the movie. So we just wrote these insults that I thought sounded like Don Rickles. And then he got there and he like insulted the insults. He said they were all horrible. So then he just he just said, do whatever you want, just insult us. And he was funny. He's especially funny when he insults you and it makes no sense.
Right, yeah.
Like he'd come up to me and he'd go, let me tell you something. Why don't you go to Alaska and suck on a green whale? And I go, what? I don't know, what does that mean?
Yeah, pretty good. And you wrote the film, right?
Yeah, I wrote the film.
Yeah.
I wrote it because there was all these guys that I really liked, like Chevy and Don Rickles and Farley and stuff. So I just wrote them all into the movie, and then I was lucky that I got them all to do it.
And, you know, I was surprised.
It's hard to write a movie, man.
Oh, I
Holy
would think
Lord,
so, yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I mean, because people send me scripts sometimes to be in, and I can't even read them. They take like hundreds of words, and you get all sleepy, you know? So to write it is even way harder because I don't have a typewriter, first of all, at all.
Really?
I never learned how to type. And so my buddy Frank has one, so he wrote it with me.
Now it's nice of you to include Frank, but did he write it or just type it?
No, he wrote it.
He was a co-writer on this.
Yeah, he was a co-writer. Yeah. My buddy Frank and Fred. Frank Sebastiano and Fred Wolf.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Yeah.
I always say to Fred Wolf, he lives in Hollywood, and I say to him, you must be pretty comfortable out there in Hollywood, Fred Wolf, because there's a lot of wolves out there. You know, a Hollywood wolf?
Yeah, oh sure, yeah.
Skirt chaser.
A skirt chaser, that's right. And you know what? I thought this was interesting. You know who directed the movie? Of course you know, you were in the film. TV blooper Bob Saget.
Bob Saget.
TV blooper Saget.
Yeah, he directed it.
Yeah. Can he direct?
No, not at all.
Was it just a lot of people getting hit with a rake and stuff? Just bang! A lot of people falling down at weddings and that kind of thing?
It was very comfortable with him as a director, though, because like he would give me like acting notes. He'd go, I think you should do it this way. And then I'd go, I've seen you on that Full House. What are you talking about?
So you hired him to direct the movie so you'd have somebody to push around? Is that what it is?
No, he actually is very, very funny.
Yeah, he's a nice and a smart guy. Don't kid yourself. He's a smart guy.
No, he's a smart guy, wealthy.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, for several years he had two shows, two big, popular, hot shows
top
on ABC.
10 shows.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah, they hold no benefits for this guy.
No.
Yeah. Now, there's every time you're on the show, there's some kind of controversy. There's some kind of controversy with you. And I pick up the paper this morning, and actually I have people who pick it up for me. And right there, bingo, another controversy.
Yeah.
And so I tell you what, let's hang on to it for a second. We'll go away. When we come back, we'll talk to Norm about the latest nasty controversy in this poor man's life. We'll be right back.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful city. You're out in Hollywood now, though,
Jacques
aren't you?
Villeneuve?
Yeah, Jacques Villeneuve. Canadian. You know?
Canadian
Yeah.
who grew up in my city, and his father was my all-time hero. Gilles.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Did you meet him backstage?
No, I haven't. I met Randy Travis, and
Yeah.
I'm a huge country music fan, and George Jones is my favorite, so this is a big night for me.
Do you like the new country or you like the old country?
No, the new is gay.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh,
I
sure.
like the
yeah.
old stuff.
Yeah.
Billy Joe Shaver.
Did you ever go see these guys work?
I saw George Jones. My dad took me to see George Jones, and he was a bit of a drinker.
George, oh yeah.
Yeah. And so I was a little kid. My dad had seen him like 10 times. And when I was like 9, I went to see George Jones. And my dad said, the last song George sings is He Stopped Loving Her Today, his signature piece.
That's the end of his, yeah.
Yeah, the greatest country song ever written. So here he is, George Jones, his third song, he goes, he stopped loving her. And so my dad goes, oh, damn. And so then at the end,
Holy crap.
yeah, holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
So George Jones did like an 8-minute concert, and then afterwards, right after, he goes, "Good night, Ottawa. Thank you very much." I was like, "What?"
So George kind of just got fuzzy a little bit, didn't know what he was doing.
And he went home, and then everybody got their money back.
It was a happy ending. So anyway, the movie, which from what I've seen, it looks very, very funny.
It is.
It's got
It's
a great
hilarious.
cast, and it looks very funny. And you're a funny man, and I think the world of you. So I know the movie is going to be very successful,
Yeah.
and I know this is going to be a great thing in your
Yeah.
career. But what is this attending controversy? What is going on?
Well, in the paper
What is
today-
the problem?
I don't know. In the paper today, there you got the TV Post, right?
Right here.
There it
This is today's New York Post. Take
So
a look
there's
at
a
that.
picture of me with a big X through my head.
Now, what the hell is that all about? NBC Dirty Work Nix's Norm. What exactly are we talking about there?
Yeah, that's Don Ohlmeyer has decided not to run
This is Don Ohlmeyer right here. This is the guy who runs NBC.
Yeah.
Don Ohlmeyer
Yeah.
right there. Hi, girls, would you mind coming up to the suite to audition? That's Don right there. Yeah.
So-
There you go. Oh, sure, Don always gets a suite.
So Don has decided not to run any ads for my movie on his network,
Now,
NBC.
what is the... In NBC, now Norm, let's just do the math on this a little bit. NBC is owned by General Electric, maybe the single biggest global corporate entity on the globe.
Yes.
And they're generating, GE and NBC generating, several $1 billion a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What the hell could they possibly care about you and your movie? What is going on?
I don't understand it at all.
Did you do something to this guy? Did you bust into his house or something?
No, I didn't do any. I don't understand, first of all. Because I get kind of depressed sometimes, because this guy, he's best friends with O.J. Simpson.
Right.
Right? And that's
Now,
fine.
is that true? Are they best friends?
Yes, they're best friends.
They
He's
hang out. This guy and O.J., they play golf.
Yes. Now, how can he not like me?
Yeah. Yeah, girls, just go on out and read the lines, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, give me a call. So the deal is they won't advertise your movie on NBC?
They won't advertise my movie on NBC. And then just before I came to the show, they tell me they have canceled all these interviews I had with any NBC affiliate. Don Ohlmeyer actually phoned NBC affiliates, these little stations.
That's great.
And
He's
he
got
went
nothing better to do. Yeah. He doesn't have to kiss up to Seinfeld now, so that freed up his whole day. He doesn't have to kiss his ass anymore. It's just got... So they're like worried that your movie is somehow going to put NBC out of business? Is that what it is?
They do not want the movie to be successful at all.
This is the guy who fired you from Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I thought it was over. And then I keep reading like feud. There's no feud because
No, there's not.
I never did anything to him.
That's right.
For a feud, I'd have to be going, ah! But I don't know what it is. He seems like a nice... I met him once.
This is terrorism. This is terrorism. This is completely uncalled for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what it is. They are scared because Seinfeld was canceled, and then what other big shows do they have over there?
Single Guy?
Yeah. So And they're
Rhoda?
afraid.
Is Rhoda still on?
They're afraid because they fired you that somehow you're going to come back and bite them in the ass. That's what they're worried about. And I would take this as a great compliment. A great compliment to your wit and wisdom.
But I just want to open up a paper and read about who's on the Lisa Gibbons show today.
Yeah, that's right. That's how you start your day.
Yeah.
It's like a punch in the stomach, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
All right, let's go on to more pleasant matters. We'll show a little bit of the film.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, this clip I wanted to show you because it's Chris Farley, and I think he's really funny. What happened was he came, and he's a great writer, and like he can off the top, he can. What's that?
Ad lib.
Ad lib. I'm not a good ad libber myself.
Canadian.
But he could, you know, improvise. And so there was this scene where I told him, just say whatever you want, because I know like how crazy funny he is. So he was just supposed to go, I come to him for help in this character. His character has no nose, half a nose. And I'm in trouble in the movie, so I come to Chris Farley, and I ask him, his name's Jimmy No Nose, and I ask him, he says, I ask him for some help, you know, if he can help me out, I'm in trouble. And then Chris Farley just improvises this, and it's brilliant.
Here we go. The name of the film, of course, is Dirty Work. Norm MacDonald, Chris Farley. Take a look. There you go. Norm MacDonald, Chris Farley. Dirty Work. It opens June 12th.
June the 12th.
Have you had a big premiere? Is it going to be like a big premiere and spotlights?
Yeah,
and
there was going to be, but I don't know now.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Well, maybe Olmeyer has some kind of connections.
He's following you around, shutting down all your fun. Oh, yeah, don't you worry about him.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about him. He's jealous. That's what it is.
He's jealous.
Yeah.
In this movie, actually, I get revenge against this rich jackass that makes my life a living hell.
Well, there you go. Norm MacDonald, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Doska, Miklik, Blachakan, Porka, Olingis, Digging Fleaver, Porkalakak, Epidemic.
Oh, that's great. You're ahead of schedule.
Hey, you know, everybody's asking when we get to see the new Pterodon.
Gordon's gonna be bringing it in any minute.
What happened? Can you help him?
Claire, I'm sorry. I mean, he knew what he was doing. The pathways are all fried. Even if we could power him up, his internal memory is shot. He'd be an empty shell. He's gone.
Why you going high? Push me to the side. Just keep going on and I ain't getting tired. Yeah, you try to crucify all the good inside. You go and call 911, but I
All right, in the airport, SFO. Wait, you want to be on it?
Be on it?
You're on it right now. It's very dark, though. You got a lot of hearts, though.
I got a lot of hearts.
Yeah. They use it as comments. No one's commenting. Oh, wait, I hid chat. That's why. Oh, maybe I just hid chat now. Chat hidden. Oh, I don't want that. Oh, yeah, now people are watching.
So this is a live video.
Yeah, they go,
Does
is
it,
that
like,
your girl? No.
Does it cut off at any point?
Hi from Scotland. No, it keeps going. Goes, how you doing, mystery chick? Goes, she's flexible.
Oh, this is awkward.
Are you feeling at the airport? Who is this lovely gal? What's your name?
Hannah.
This is a Hannah. She's gorgeous. She's not too smart, is she? Well, that's not nice.
That's not a very nice thing to
It says,
say.
hi, Hannah. Can't, it goes so fast. Marry me, Hannah, says Scoper.
Oh,
Hey, Hannah, says Capscat. Hi, Hannah. It's not Hannah, it's Hannah. Are you hitting on her, says Sam Athen? No. It's not nice to say. Where's Hannah from? Fresno? Zero gravity chair? I don't know. Is that what this is called?
Future chair?
Yeah, we call it a
chair?
future chair.
We call it the future chair.
Hannah, get away from that creep, says Dim Twit. That's not nice to say. Dom doesn't just take her to the first class lounge. Oh, I'm sorry, there's people sitting in these two chairs. Sorry, man. Hope they come back soon, because...
I know. Otherwise you're going to be the asshole that never let anyone sit down. And
I
then
know.
you just get up and leave.
Everyone hates me in the airport. Oh, it says, Hannah's in the future chair. Is there any future with Hannah? That's funny. Is she a comedian? No, we just met her. Is that a guitar? Yes. That's Josh's guitar. That's a nice table. Okay, now you're just getting idiotic. What does Hannah think of Trump's tax plan? Says M. Trump.
Oh, wow. That's actually a real question.
Big question. Hannah Solo, says Cogs. Hannah looks like a gymnast, says Scout. Tell her to let her hair down, says Medical. We're not like monkeys. Just do whatever you say. Does Hannah like fat guys from Wisconsin? Oh, what does Hannah do for a living? What do you do?
I teach yoga.
Oh, well, they were right.
And I work at a sports bar.
Oh, people were right about your yoga. Yeah, if you guys didn't hear, she teaches yoga and works at a sports bar. Is she going to work out? No, we're not doing anything.
We're getting on a plane.
Yeah, we're just getting on a plane. Albert says, yoga, I'll be right there. They love yoga girls.
Apparently.
Yeah, people are going nuts now. Downward dog, honey, that's disgusting. Come on, guys, you're better than that.
This is so weird.
Jeez, man. Yoga Berra.
Oh, that's sad. Too soon.
Yeah, that's too soon, guys. Will she be drinking on the airplane, says Micro?
Not
No.
likely.
A little too early. I think.
Unlikely.
A little too early. Enough of Hannah, Georgia or Alabama. Go Dogs. What's the weirdest yoga student you ever had, Hannah?
What's the weirdest yoga student I've ever had? I have one guy that comes in and he never does anything that the class is doing.
Yeah.
He only stays for 10 minutes and then he leaves. But he does it for this whole studio. He comes
Yeah.
to every class and that's what he does.
And he only
every
goes for
single
10
class.
minutes.
Yeah.
And do you feel like he's just looking at girls, or
No, we're not really sure.
really just
Yeah.
an eccentric? He must have a lot of money because he pays, right?
Well,
He pays for the hour.
This is for a gym yoga class.
Oh, it's free if you belong to the
Yeah,
gym.
it's part of the gym. But he does it
What
with
gym
all
is
the
it?
teachers.
What gym do you work? Well, maybe you don't want to say.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I should say
you
that.
probably shouldn't say. Everybody's asking Hannah questions.
Fortune America is patron guest.
Oh, now you want
Kwai Ling Park, please make your way back.
Where would Hannah go if she could travel through time? What happened to low jump? Low jump.
hit every comic with the same. And then if you laughed in your act.
I can't believe Norm MacDonald here, Baggage Claim the Talk
What?
Show. Norm, it's so good to see you. Norm,
Yeah, how
you and
you
I
doing,
golfed
Bob?
together. Do you remember that? We golfed together. You
We
came to my
did.
office.
That's right, at
Did we bet?
Whitsett.
At Whitsett, you came
Yeah.
all the way up the stairs and you hung out.
I was all tired.
And then the next
we
day,
had you had the pilot for the Larry Sanders show.
Oh, that's right. I was reading for it. For Hank.
Yeah,
Hank. Yeah.
yeah.
You know, I ran into. Why am I blanking on his name? You know who I'm talking
Jeffrey
about.
Temple.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah.
He kept rubbing in how he got it. So Norm, I'm a huge fan. You know that. But we started out. I guess. Technically we started out together, didn't we?
That's right.
And now that you are really. And I hear you're in the Creature from the Black Lagoon show at Universal. You play the creature on Wednesdays and Fridays. Is that true? Very excited.
Partially. It's a little
But
blown out of proportion.
Are you still Canadian, or did you
Yes.
renounce that after 9/11?
What?
9/11. You remember what happened? That's Norm MacDonald right there. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, no bags yet. I guess I have to talk to him more. So Norm, what you got coming up? You want to promote? You got any gigs out there?
Yeah, I got gigs, man. I got a whole bunch of them, but I can't remember what they are.
Yeah. That's Norm. He's probably almost 50 now, and it doesn't really click like it used to. But he's still funny as all heck. Norm, you know that's bad body language with your arms folded because you're closing yourself out. Hey, relax. You're a good-looking guy. You shouldn't really be ashamed. You know, I saw a bag over there with flowers all over it. Maybe that's your carousel. There were flowers on it. Let's be honest. So who you were talking to? That was another comic. Was it? Oh wait, nothing. Look at that.
We're at the wrong carousel.
Norm, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, Bob. Respect, man.
Back at you.
You met Trump recently, is that right?
I met Donald Trump at a
Is this a true story?
Yes.
Or is this one of your, he has a farm and a goat comes by? Because I'm not putting up with that shit. Oh yeah. I saw Trump. Trump. He had a farm. He said, "I want you to meet my donkey." He said, and I was like, "Well, Mr. Trump, I know you're running for president, but tell me more about this here donkey." Well, he says, "If you want to see the donkey, you got to first meet my 3 daughters." Now the first one's shy, the second one's sexy, and the third one has 1 leg. I'm making all of this up.
I know.
But this is exactly what you do.
But the ending, I would never tell that type of joke because that's a kind of a joke that we shouldn't be telling.
You're right. I apologize.
But I will say, no, I did meet Trump. No,
this is true. You met
an
Trump.
absolutely true story. I was on another talk show, not a competing talk show because talk shows don't compete.
Hey,
anymore.
and I think no show competes with this one.
No, sir. You say that with irony, but I say that with truth. I agree with you. You've been on the air 23 years.
Yeah.
My God, Mr. Carson. 7 years shy of Carson himself. Can you imagine?
Carson Daly.
Carson Daly. Carson Daly's been on 45 years. But look at this man compared to Johnny Carson at the time. You know, look at Johnny Carson. Get a picture of him 7 years before he retired. Long white hair, white beard.
He didn't have a white beard. Johnny always looked fantastic.
Well, have I ever done my Johnny Carson impression for you?
No, you haven't. And I'm sure this young audience would love to see it. Let's see it.
This is you can play along. You can be the 911 operator. This is Johnny Carson when he was having his heart attack. He actually phoned 911. People don't know this. He phoned 911 himself. He's a very brave man. And so during a heart attack, he phoned 911. So you be the 911 operator.
Yeah, okay.
Say hello. You know.
Hello.
Hello. This is Johnny Carson.
Oh, Mr. Carson, how can I help you?
I feel like there's a yak on my chest.
Well, sir, I'm going to hang up on you now. That's a good Johnny, but times have changed.
I know.
Now listen.
I shouldn't say stuff like that.
Mr. Trump, you met Trump?
I did meet Trump. I guess I feel as a closeted gay man living in a deeply
like a sham of a marriage, I have the right to say more, but I guess I don't. Mr. Trump, this is a true story. Yes, we were on a talk show, not as good as your talk show. He was on first. I was on second. There was only 3 minutes between. He stepped out. Secret Service was everywhere. He knows me. I've met him. And I said, Mr. Trump, can I get a picture? He goes, you're funny. I love you. I'll take a picture with you in a minute. And then he turned around and he walked down with the Secret Service guy and got in an elevator. And,
I love that.
Yeah, it was like a Buster Keaton film or something.
You know, we just saw this footage of you doing these amazing tricks, and I can't imagine doing anything like that. But are there any tricks that you're known for in particular? I know that, you know, different athletes maybe have different moves. Is there one that's kind of yours?
There is. Funny you should mention. It's called the Crippler.
The Crippler?
The Crippler.
Okay, did you come up with that name?
No. Definitely not. My mom, every time I say it, she's like, can't we come up with something more sweet and feminine?
Right.
The Crippler's a little scary.
What does the Crippler involve? Describe this move to us.
Okay, so in the half pipe, you have a front side wall and a back side wall. And the Crippler's done on the front side wall. And you're spinning, well, regular Crippler 540 is 1.5 rotations, and you're also doing a backflip at the same time. So spinning, flipping, that's Crippler.
Wow. Okay, have you been really badly hurt doing this one or no?
Well, it took me a long time to figure out how to do this trick.
Right.
Multiple black eyes, landing on my butt a lot. It took a little while.
Okay.
Being crippled?
No. I didn't. No.
I should have warned you about him.
I know.
He's going to be here the whole time.
Kelly. I love Kelly.
Gretchen.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Gretchen.
Yeah.
No, you want me to say why I said Kelly? Because I was just on the phone with a girl named Kelly. But I'm telling you about this girl named Kelly. She couldn't do no
Crippler.
No 1440.
Yeah.
You ever do a 1440?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
What's the most you've ever done?
900.
900 is
That's
huge.
pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, 900 is. What?
Andy, I may ask you to take Norm for a walk.
Oh,
okay. Just around the parking lot. Now, Norm, in his own way, brings up a good point.
Right.
Which is there's crazy terms that you use in this snowboarding, right? Yeah, they don't just say it's the Crippler is one of them, but give us some examples of some of the terms people use.
Yeah, so there's, everyone loves to talk about this because the snowboarding lingo is just a little out there. But we have, like, in snowboarding, style is really important, and where you grab your board, it's really important. And so there's some crazy names for grabs, like the chicken salad grab, the roast beef, Japan air, stale fish, slob air.
Do they mean, I mean, is there a reason for those names, or are they just randomly, you're just throwing stuff out like the flosser and the, you know, the onion stew? I mean, you're just throwing stuff out there that has no relation to anything.
You should come up with a snowboard
pie
grab.
and gob gob.
Yeah. Maybe if you want to come up with, like, where to grab it and then call it something, and I'll bring it out during
what about
the contest.
like?
Here we go. Here we go.
No, she asked, but I like that Crippler.
Yeah.
What about the long-suffering death?
Oh. That's a different one. That's different.
She didn't ask, technically.
Yeah, I did.
You're headed into your second Olympics.
I am.
You excited? You must be.
A quick question.
Good
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
When I pick up the blue
Why is it that in some sports, like beach volleyball or snowboarding, the women are breathtakingly beautiful, and you would think they would be big, big. So you think they'd be big monsters of ladies?
Why would you think that, though?
Well, like softball.
We can't be
And in court this week, Kato Kalin testified that O.J. Simpson did not appear angry before or after the period of his wife's murder. But Kalin admitted he could have been a touch edgy while he was actually murdering her. Might have been a A Labor Department study shows that the number of temporary workers rose to 2 million in 1994. And that study doesn't even include the most temporary of the temporarily unemployed, Cato Kalin. Yesterday on Rivera Live, Cato Kalin made the startling admission that he now thinks O.J. Simpson is guilty, although authorities suspect this may just be part of an attempt by Cato to crash at Fred Goldman's place for a while. As the jury's decision was announced, Nicole Brown's sister Denise Brown told reporters, quote, "I feel ecstatic," while Johnny Cochran said, quote, "I accept the verdict and now we must move on." Meanwhile, Cato Kalin said, quote, "Please, God, don't let it be over." Wednesday on CBS's This Morning program, correspondent Eleanor Mondale went toy shopping with Cato Kalin. According to producers, it was part of a new segment on the show called Let's Punish the Audience.
Hey, how about Norm's friend in the companion seat right now, Cato Kalin? Remember Cato? There he is. How long have you known Cato?
Cato, I know him about 15 years.
How did you meet Cato?
Well, he lives in his house.
Cato,
Norm actually
Cato
crashes on my couch.
Yeah. Cato, you got to get your own place.
Got it, Alan. Got it.
How did you meet Norm?
Actually, through sports many years ago.
Up in Canada?
Tennis and golf.
Didn't know you
I've
played.
been around for a while there, Regis. Yeah.
Didn't know you played tennis and golf.
Oh, yeah,
so-
yeah.
Good.
As a matter of fact, my charity today is the Palm Beach Tennis and Golf Resort.
Actually, Norm's kidding. It's the Hole in the Wall gang, right?
Yeah, it's the Hole in the Wall gang camp that Paul Newman started, and it's real good for kids to go to that camp that are sick, you know.
That's nice. That's good.
Make a lot of money.
Cato's very happy for you.
Cato's a good man.
He's
Because
thrilled
Joy
for
has her hand on my lap.
Joy has her hand in Cato's lap. All right. Dynamite so far. Cato's very proud of you.
He's a good man.
$300.
By the way, Cato and I, I like the ladies. You know what I'm saying?
You and Cato like to...
He's just a guy I know. That's all I'm trying to say.
We all have our own thoughts about that.
I can't believe you were bullied by Norm MacDonald.
What do you be? Why don't you believe that?
Because Norm is just like the unicorn. Like nobody really has conversations with Norm, let alone.
He would kind of, well, he would.
I'm going to kick your ass, Fred.
No, not threaten to beat me
and
up.
Billy Joe Shaver.
not threaten to beat me up, but just kind of like
teasing you a lot.
I know you're at the end, but him and Cato were friends, and they would just be
him
assholes.
and who?
Cato Kalin, the biggest piece of shit.
So
You
Cato
didn't watch the
Kalin.
whole Artie thing. We talked about it.
No,
yeah.
I didn't. I fell asleep. It was on late. That's not because you were boring. I mean,
him and Norm were best friends. He was Norm's lifeline.
Hey,
or something.
Cato Kalin.
They were friends.
So
and they would
Cato
play
Kalin
tennis.
would heckle you too?
Well, we one time Cato and Norm played tennis, and I got a flat tire, and they were driving, laughing at me because I was on the side of the road. And Cato would kiss up to Norm,
but they didn't stop to help you with your.
No,
flat tire?
they stuck their heads out the window, and were laughing as they drove by.
What jerks!
Yeah,
You go on Norm's podcast.
Well, I did.
Oh, you did already?
Yeah.
Oh.
And
well, you don't need my help at all, do you?
No. Yeah, and
was it fun? Did you bring up the fact that he bullied you?
Or
were you afraid because he was a bully?
I was a little afraid that I'd get busted, and about the book. But he goes, I don't care. Norm didn't care. Yeah, I go, I said, Norm, I have to be honest. You're in the book, and I said something. He goes, I don't care.
Sam, who was Norm's best friend the second season of the Norm Show?
Cato Kalin.
You're kidding! I spent an entire year with Cato Kalin. I know stuff about Cato Kalin. Norm, Cato befriended Norm. I can't even get into this whole thing.
So we do, the Norm Show was 2 seasons, all right?
Right.
And we shoot the first season of The Shit's Picked Up. In the meantime, you know, Norm is living in L.A. So I get back to, you got to be back on the set like August 1st or something. So I start moving back out there like July 28th. And this girl, Lori Jo, who Sam's talking about, and maybe even Sam might have called me up and said, Norm wants, you know, to play a big poker game tonight at Norm's, which we used to do all the time. Is come by. He goes, oh, wait, you're going to meet Norm's new best friend. I'm like, who's that? She goes, you'll see. I walk in, and it's Norm and these guys we used to play poker with, and Norm's crazy ex-assistant, this kid Danny Wilson. And Kato Kalin. Like one of the main characters in the biggest trial of the century.
Well, Ralph is the Kato Kalin. I mean, Ralph.
It's amazing the parallel.
It's a type of guy. It's
yeah,
like
he's the poor man's Kato.
No, I mean, yeah.
Poor man, you're rich.
You got more money than OJ.
No, Ralph's the poor man's Kato Kalin.
But can I just say something about Ralph? There's such a level of entitlement where he always says, I don't feel entitled. But like he'll go to Sam's house and you would think being in the guest house and having access to servants or whatever would be enough. He was out there one time a couple times ago, and if I have the cars wrong, tell me, Sam, but I guess the Bentley was parked in front and the Mercedes was parked behind, and Sam left the keys to the Mercedes for Ralph so Ralph could go around and do what he wanted. And somehow Ralph talked the help into giving him the keys and moving it so he could drive the Bentley.
But you got it.
Like the Mercedes wasn't enough, the Bentley was what he needed to be.
These guys are great at doing it, and LA's filled with them. Now, Kato did that whole season, like, systematically. By week 15, Kato was on the show.
Yeah.
Kato got onto the Norm Show.
Kato was looking for a job out of it.
He had
he gets kind of passed around too because there was a writer producer Kevin Curran. I think he's on The Simpsons now.
Yeah.
He used to be on Married with Children, and the first time I met Kato was after the O.J. trial, and he was hanging out with Kevin Curran.
But he was like in my life. Like, you know, I would go to work, and Kato would be, whether he had to work or not, he was at rehearsal.
And what did Norm get out of it?
Well,
Norm
just said, hey, look, he's a good guy. And, like, we would all go, like, I don't know what's... So Norm got so friendly with him that every once in a while we go to this tennis club by Warner Brothers.
All right.
And we played doubles tennis. And Norm and Kato always had to be a team. It became, like, the 4th fucking grade. So me and one of the other writers would always play Norm and Kato in tennis. And I would tell the writer, I said, listen, if we lose to these motherfuckers, I'm gonna tear Kato's head off. Because if they got a point, and Norm is so competitive, you want to strangle him.
Right.
If they got a point, man, Kato would go like, Howie. And you just feel like going, you murdering fuck, you killed a woman, you helped kill a woman. Like,
Kato didn't have anything to do with murdering a woman.
Well, I felt like saying that to him.
Oh.
But you know, he would make you livid and red with anger, and like Norm and him were just the best of buddies for a year, like he had his...
And what happens that the relationship
They had a falling out somehow.
Oh, really?
Of course.
The Norm Show got canceled. I came back here. I started here, and eventually I heard they had a falling out. But it's like...
I think Kato was Norm's phone a friend on Celebrity Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Get out of here.
So when they were playing tennis together, they always had to be like a doubles partner?
Oh, my God, how...
Like it became like a
And
thing.
you could see how insidious it was. And me and this other kid who we'd play with, like, we used to beat him most of the time, thank God. But
Oh, my God, really?
Yeah, if we lost...
Well, he gets so... Norm is the most...
We got thrown out of the club. There was an incident with David Hyde Pierce. What?
David Hyde Pierce, what a group.
Next to the Warner Brothers lot, there's like this tennis club, and it's like an exclusive club, and it was like Caddyshack. Me and Norm would walk over in corduroys and just say, we want a court. And the guys there were like star fuckers. They give Norm a court. He had a show on ABC. So we walk on, and David Hyde Pierce would be there, and he had like an instructor.
He'd be in his tennis whites.
Tennis sweaters tied around his neck. And me and Norm, like, if I lost a point to Kato Kalin, I'd go, fuck, cunt, fuck, and I'd throw the racket, and David Hyde Pierce would get all scared.
What's this?
Yeah, like he was scared. And Norm would like abuse him about maybe being gay, like all this shit.
My
like, and finally Hyde Pierce complained and got us thrown out. We got walked out of the club. Me, Norm, Kato Kalin, and this writer, we got walked out of the club. David Hyde Pierce was looking at us like all red faced, like, yeah, get out of here.
Fuckers.
Yeah, fuckers. But Kato and Ralph has a lot of those. Like when I'm hearing this, I saw it firsthand, and I'm saying, my God, he's doing the same exact thing.
Yeah, that's wild.
I want to address myself as best as I know how to those that I have wronged, that I have sinned against. I have sinned against you, my Lord, and I would ask that your precious blood would wash and cleanse every stain until it is in the seas of God's forgetfulness, never to be remembered against me.